all today going to be streaming until ship chasing begins. Let's find some winners.
It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer.
All right, Kerrane, man, how are you doing? We are hot and heavy in training camp season. Justin Fields either tore his Achilles or stubbed his toe. Brashard Smith is either the running back 5 or the running back 2 on the Kansas City Chiefs. Keandre Lambert-Smith is either the greatest wide receiver you've ever seen or our generation's Dylan Cantrell. How's it going over there at Legendary Upside Industries, brother?
It's going good. I'm like plugged in, you know. I feel like there's been such little news that sometimes when there was news, it felt like you're just like, oh, news. We gotta nail this, you know, because it's the only news of the week. And now there's like a news item pouring in every 10 seconds. So it's pretty fun. I've been reading all the athletic posts. Obviously Twitter's going crazy.
Twitter's going nuts.
Coach Speak Index I've been checking all his stuff. So there's lots of fun ways to kind of keep track of all this as it pours in. I'm excited about Brashard Smith. I think that's a good one. That feels kind of real.
You know, I mean, Kerrane, look, I would love to agree with you. Obviously, the issue is no one loves giving players first team reps more than the Kansas City Chiefs. By the way, guys, Levitan will be here not for this draft, not for the next draft. He will be here for the final draft. So we're gonna do 3 drafts today. Everyone's clicking on the Levitan. If you're watching this on replay, you guys can go ahead and fast forward. Frankly, Pat, you should be a little offended.
What are you telling people fast forward?
Well, no, I think it's kind of crazy for my audience specifically to be more woke to Adam Levitan joining than you.
Well,
frankly,
you put him on the thumbnail. It's a Levitan solo thumbnail. I mean,
well, I didn't know you were going to be joining when I made the thumbnail, and frankly, a smidgen too lazy to go and remake a thumbnail after I've already made it. We are drafting out of the 11 hole. So the issue with Brashard Smith, as I was saying, is that no one gives players more first team reps than the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, Carson Steele, Deneric Prince, Justin Ross catching passes from Pat Mahomes. You never know. I wonder if Mahomes just really likes to practice. I wonder if that's it. I wonder if Mahomes takes more first team reps than the average quarterback. That really could be it.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
It's not letting me fast forward. Beastburf says, should he turn off the stream and come back? Are you willing to?
No one turn it off. No one turn it off, man. We are 40 days away from the NFL season. What are you gonna go do right now? You gonna go like refresh the Athletic? You guys got nowhere else to be. You moved anyone around in your rankings in the first round recently? Well, McCaffrey at 5 there.
Not really. I am holding the line, though, on McCaffrey. I was intrigued by McCaffrey when he was, in the back half of the first round, was taking some there. But I just don't see the point. Like, McCaffrey over Saquon, over Gibbs, I think it just feels risk-seeking to me. Like,
I agree.
Those guys have massive ceilings, too. So why are you taking the dude who couldn't play last year?
Yeah, I'm not moving McCaffrey up from where I have him right now. And if this is the cost, if this is the price of the brick, then I'll be happy with that, because I was drafting McCaffrey from January until now as a first round pick. So somewhere in there, I will hopefully have some good combinations. St. Brown, Jeanty, BT. I mean, we could do something funny here. What do you want to do?
I'm happy to do St. Brown here if you're good with that.
Yeah, it looked like I'm just looking at my exposures here, and it's kind of funny. I actually don't have a ton of any of these guys. 7% of Jeanty, 6% of Achane, because just the way the contest works is I was taking CMC over all those guys while the ADPs were out of order. Yeah,
we could take Jeanty now.
Wow. Let me tell you, man, that combination of players, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Ashton Jeanty, it's so funny how this goes. where, oh, dude, Jeanty, gotta get him. He goes up to 7. He's going up to 8. Oh, now you can get Jeanty in the second round again. It's so funny. Like what Leone was telling us when the contest opened. You know, he's like, trust me, the rookies are going to get cheaper. And lo and behold, wouldn't you know it, Michael Leone, as always, prescient as can be.
And Pepper Tony saying him over Achane or Henry is bad. That's the argument I want to have. I mean, that's a much easier argument, I think, for Jeanty than, you know, putting him up against CMC or Puka or Neighbors or Collins or Amon-Ra. Like, he is a rookie. You know, it could be kind of a little bit of a slower start than it feels like it should be. Like, we've seen this before where it's like, this dude's, why aren't they just feeding this guy? You know, he's so good.
Yeah.
But it kind of takes a little while for him to become a superstar. But I definitely want Jeanty over Achane, and I really couldn't want him more over Henry. You know, we talk about, like, who am I more excited to roll into week 17 with, Jeanty or Derrick Henry? It's not close to me. I don't know. It really isn't, though. I think Genty's pass catching could be very good, you know, and then he also just looks like such an explosive.
I think it's
hard to bring down runner.
I think it's likely to be good. I think his pass
likely to be good,
is,
but like
is
could be
likely
very
to be
good.
Yeah,
it could be really, really strong.
I mean, you know, I don't know anything about the Raiders offensive line. Like, I would be pretending to know anything about any offensive line other than the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. I do know about the Chicago Bears offensive line, but other than that, I would just be pretending. I mean, I'm guessing the Raiders offensive line is roughly fine. It just, I have my concerns about Ashton Jeanty are zero. I have none. I have no voiceable concern. I don't care that he's a Raider. I don't care about his quarter. Like, it's, to me, all the context is either neutral to good. And I think Jeanty is the best running back prospect since Zeke. I honestly think it's actually inarguable he's a better running back prospect than Bijan. People would probably bristle against that.
No, I think he's a better running back prospect. I have him as the best running back prospect we've seen.
Yeah.
Like, he's, because of the draft capital that came in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he was behind McCaffrey and Saquon before the draft, but he flipped them. I like to look this stuff in tiers, and he's in the same tier with those guys. I don't really, and Bijan, I don't really care too much to argue.
I don't. I also don't care that much either, and I kind of just let the room give it to me. I'm, you know, dude, I'm just trying to awoo out here. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Hampton goes.
Brees feels good.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Justin Fields just stubbed his toe, so gotta be
on the Fields thing. Get used to carts. We all got to get used to carts.
All got to get used to carts.
You want to do your boy?
I do very much want. I think, frankly, this is one of the most. It's just one of the funniest things about fantasy football. Worthy is going ahead of Rice when the contest opens. Then they flip. Then everyone goes over their skis about Rashee Rice. Rashee Rice is out for bare minimum 2, probably 4, up to 6 games. And Worthy's ADP has not moved. It's simply.
He was late 4th. He had fallen. This is where he was.
I guess he was falling
ago.
a little bit. Yeah.
Maybe you were just taking him here, but he was late 4th.
I was gonna say my rankings adjustment post Rice suspension. It didn't move very much, Pat. It did not move.
Well, that might tell you something about the ranking before, Davis.
I believe he's the only wide receiver I have over 16% of, so over twice the field. I
drafted him now for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a good pick here.
He's a fantastic. Yes. Yeah. Another great example of the Chiefs just giving anyone first team reps. Tyquan Thornton. They'll just give it. They don't care, man. Like they're like, you know, they're gonna give Andy Reid first team reps at nose tackle. That's what I heard. I heard they watched the ship chasing draft.
I don't know. Let's be allowed to be excited about Bashard Smith getting first team reps on like the first day of training camp and the second day
of training. So you make a great point. That's extra bullish because think about when we started drafting Deneric Prince and Carson Steele. It was not in July.
Right. The other thing is that we saw there's sort of a narrative that rookies take a long time to get up to speed with Andy Reid's offense and everything. And I think that's probably true of the wide receivers, but Pacheco took a job as a rookie. He came in and was the starting running back for them, like right away. And it was clear in training camp.
Not exactly.
It was clear in training camp that he was gonna do that. The
he didn't play over 50% of the snaps for a game for the Chiefs.
He was a starting runner because who was he splitting with? McKinnon?
Well, Clyde.
Oh, Clyde. I literally memory wiped
Clyde and McKinnon.
Clyde and McKinnon. Yeah. Okay, but he was but it was like a
it like CH
it was like a three-way split.
CEH started, but like let's
Uh-huh.
this will be a fun trip down memory lane. 2022 for Clyde Edwards-Helaire as a quote unquote starter. He had one game with double-digit rushes. He did have 19 for 92 and a touchdown against Tampa Bay, but it was, I mean, that was classic Chiefs three-way timeshare where literally all three guys were playing. But Clyde started, but it was clear from week one that Pacheco was better and going to take the job, which he did.
Yeah. That was right. Let me look up 2022.
We're about to be
snaps.
up, and we have a brutal choice here because all the best picks are running backs, but we took Brees. Do you want to take Olave just so we don't get flummoxed?
Yeah, sure. Let's take Olave, and then we'll get one of the running backs.
I was going to say, you take Olave, and then just whichever one of the running backs. It doesn't matter. So that was tough because we missed Jennings, Hunter, Ridley, Rome. Yeah. We kind of got pinched there. Tough.
It's drafting with the sidekick, like in that spot, I never previously would have gone running back, but I think it's fine. If you want to just go running back here, I'd probably be Henderson personally. I just love Henderson, but Kamara honestly be fine.
I was gonna say if we have Jeanty and Brees, we can really just take the guy we think is best because we don't like this team is not getting 17 weeks of production out of Ashton Jeanty is not winning anything anyway. Like I'm not treating Ashton, and I think the same is true with Hampton. I'm not treating those guys like, oh, you need a James Conner or a Kamara to get 6 weeks of strong production. Now with Harvey and Henderson, I am. When I take Henderson, I'm more likely to take a Brian Robinson Jr., more likely to take a Justice Hill, more likely to take Austin Eckler. Same with Harvey too, actually. But not with Jeanty or Hampton. I actually don't know how the sidekick does this. Kerrane, does the sidekick read the board, as it were?
The sidekick does not read the board. The sidekick knows which players are available and which players you've taken.
Right.
And then therefore which players have also been taken, but not by which teams.
Right.
So I use if you go to legendaryupside.com/sidekick, there's an example I use in there that JJ Zacharyson tweeted out of someone on DraftKings taking 4 straight quarterbacks. Like they took all the elite guys. That is not something that the sidekick would have knowledge of. That it would just know that those guys are gone. But obviously that would absolutely change the dynamic of that room in some really significant ways. That's on you as the drafter to be aware of, that there's a lot more thirsty quarterback teams than you'd expect. Obviously less extreme examples of that. Things like pushing players around the turn, like, oh, this guy's got, if you're at the 10 hole and each team has 2 quarterbacks, you can probably push a quarterback around. That's something that, you're going to be reading the board and bringing value. We did add a percentage chance of the player coming back around on the sidekick, but that would also just look at, it wouldn't be looking at your specific.
No, it just looks at ADP and bands. It just looks at how likely it is. Yeah.
Yeah. How likely it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm in a lot of slow drafts right now. So I've been using the sidekick more than normal. Like I would say my general ratio is probably 80% of drafts on my phone, 20% streamed or whatever. but it's probably more like 70-30 now because I've been streaming so long, like I've been doing these like 4 or 5 hour shows that I missed some picks. Like I start and I'm like, oh, I forgot about this one I didn't do at 7 a.m. and oh, I got off the stream at 3 and we're dusted. It's over, you know? So I've been like right before I get online. Okay, let's make this pick here real quick. God. I mean, we're getting caught in the avalanche. I think we just take Pollard.
I agree.
And then we're gonna have to suck it up. Man, look at this. This room is pissing.
Yeah.
Being on the right side of the board and getting caught in the avalanche is so tough. You just have less ability to adjust. All right, I do actually think we probably need to eat it with one of these wide receivers.
Okay.
I don't care which.
If you want to take it,
Trey Harris.
I would take Pittman if you're just trying to get points at receiver. I personally would go Pittman.
Well, I just like it. So if we did not take Michael Pittman Jr. there at 86, we are probably looking at Christian Kirk or Luther Burden as the best available wide receiver when we come, just based on the way this room is going. For quarterbacks, we have Goff live, who will be live at the next turn. We are going to miss on Mahomes. We'll have Shuck live late, and we've got I've transitioned back into being an Anthony Richardson drafter versus being
interesting
Daniel Jones drafter.
How do you see that breaking down between like paint the season for me? Like what happens where Anthony Richardson's the right answer?
Richardson starts, plays fine, wins 8 games. No one gets fired, and we just run it back. Because I think there's this tendency in the preseason to imagine everything as a narrative, right? That's just how human brains work. Everything's got to be a story. How do I make sense of something? I tell myself a story. I do pattern matching. And I think the truth probably is just like the most likely thing is that the guy who they spent the 5th overall pick on is now healthy. That's according to the coach and the front office that he's past this shoulder injury. Everyone is most behooved, including Richardson himself, for him to play. Now, maybe Richardson is kind of the Kadarius Toney, Jamarcus Russell, like he just can't get himself to take football seriously enough to take advantage of this opportunity. And this is basically the last we've seen of him. It's totally possible. I would just be much more concerned if the backup was of better quality than Daniel Jones. Like if this they ran back the Gardner Minshew experience, or if Andy Dalton would be a death knell here. I'd be like, it's not happening, bro. Andy Dalton's starting 10 games and the Colts are going to make the wild card, but I will not allow myself to be psyoped into being like, Daniel Jones is a competent professional quarterback. I won't.
It's not that he's a competent professional quarterback. It's that Richardson is an incompetent quarterback. And
I don't even disagree with that.
Yeah.
What do you win when you win with Daniel Jones? I think
you might win. Like the thing, Daniel Jones is
might.
Playing in that system. He's going to run. Like I actually think there's things to win in that system.
Man, I am so good at this. Bateman and Kirk, the best wide receivers available. That's called reading the room.
You read the room for sure. Do you want to do? I know what you want to do here.
I honestly, I don't care. What do you think I want to do?
I think you want to go. Oh, Bo Nix went. Never mind.
Yeah.
I think you wanted to go Bo Nix and then
Nix and Mims.
And Marvin Mims.
I actually like Dobbins here.
Sure.
Dobbins or Ingram. Well, no, Dobbins. And then we can probably tell ourselves that we're done at running back here. Jeanty, Brees, Henderson, Pollard, Dobbins. I think we can probably be done.
Sidekick pushing Goff when we come back. I think that's probably prudent to get a quarterback, get the stack.
Yeah. Yeah, actually we probably should have just taken Daniel Jones there. Well, I mean, whatever.
Daniel Jones, what do you mean?
Sorry, I was reading the chat. Goff. Yes. Yeah, no reason to take. Well, small reason to take Caleb Williams, which is that Loveland and Burden are falling a little bit.
Yep.
For whatever.
Well, let me ask you this, Davis. I know you're kind of into the health and the biohacking and all that. Would you, if you could just tomorrow, you had Anthony Richardson's athletic gifts and physique,
Yeah.
But you just couldn't be bothered with sports like Anthony Richardson.
Tough. Yeah, tough.
No golfing. You don't care about golfing anymore.
Sad.
No
Wouldn't really like to live that life.
Football's very boring to you now.
So boring.
Would you do it? I mean, how committed are you to the health and fitness?
No, because I truly get so much joy. That is what is so strange to me about these guys who clearly don't like the sport they play.
Yeah.
Happens. It is more common in basketball than it is in football, because basketball is a little bit less physically punishing, where these guys just happen to be very good at basketball and they just do it because it's good work, good money, whatever. But it's always strange when football players don't care that much about playing football. You know, it's like, what are we actually doing here, bro? What's going on? And honestly, the reporting around Anthony Richardson, it's all bad. I hope it's all not true. I would guess it probably is true, that, you know, there's a lot of smoke behind that fire. But dude, just I'll tell you what, man. If I told you right now Anthony Richardson completed 61% of his passes this year, would you just draft 100%?
Here's the problem, Davis. He could have gone like 6 for 10 and then pulled his and then hurt his shoulder again. That's the only. I'd be like, I'd love to know the denominator. Could you give me the denominator? If you give me min dropbacks or something, then I would draft like 100%. It's 61%. Oh my god, yeah. I mean, that would be an absolute smash.
I read this really, really funny tweet, and I was trying to pull it up, but I couldn't find it. About quarterbacks with like under 50% completion and didn't finish the season due to injury, and then the amount of passes that they threw in a season after that, and it was like Trey Lance at like 7.
That is brutal. Well, he might still be the top after this year.
He might still be the top. No, come on. Richardson is it. You can't. I think the thing with Richardson is you can't even have him on the roster and just bench him, right? Like, if this is like a Josh Rosen situation, I don't know, man. He can't. It's just hard for me to believe he's actually that bad. He might be. So I think we take Kraft first and aim for Love.
What's the quarterback situation on the turn? Quarterback and tight end situation of our opponents.
One quarterback, Jaden Daniels, no Packer.
All right, we can do that. Let's do the Kraft.
Yeah. I think that's the right way to play it, because we have got back doors open at quarterback. This is going to be a classic. I actually think we probably only take 2 quarterbacks on this team, because we might need 9 wide receivers.
We definitely need some wide receiver help. Oh, we went Trevor, so we misread his.
Well, because he's got BTJ.
Oh, he's got BTJ. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, that's. I think we played that right, because he had Bauer, so he honestly probably was not going to take either. I saw someone post in Discord last night that you at the legendaryupside.com have Tucker Kraft ranked in like the 140s. Is this true? And if so, defend yourself. Because I quite like Tucker Kraft. I mean, I guess I don't have him ranked that aggressively. And maybe
we do have him in the 140s. Yeah,
I have to object. I think that ETR low on Kraft as well. I mean, I certainly think
it's tough when you look at everything. It's tough to get Kraft to where he goes, because
you have to give 9 wide receivers a 10% target share.
Yeah, there's so many mouths to feed, and he wasn't like this big target commander. He had some really nice weeks, but kind of on touchdowns.
He scored like a 75-yard touchdown.
Yeah, yak. There was also like a little bit of a Musgrave drumbeat earlier in the spring.
Yeah, Chad just said there's apparently a Luke Musgrave resistance movement.
Yeah, I think that's BS. I'm going to take a look today, make sure we're not being too bearish from that perspective. But yeah, that's the reason. It's just kind of it's crowded. It's crowded, and we don't think he's like a special player, but
If
maybe a
I
touch
like,
too
if I had to say like the most, and because I weight ADP into my stuff, so I don't have like too many like crazy stances, but I think Kraft is a tier above Goddard, Likely, Ferguson, Kincaid. These next guys, like I think he's like, I think he's like, well, the thing about Kraft that you should like is he does not get taken off the field on rushing situations. He's like locked in. Like his snap shares are crazy. Like I would bet if we pull up the Pat Kerrane patented splash zone play action stuff, I would bet he's quite good on those.
I don't think he'd be good on those because I don't think he gets targeted that far downfield, does he? He's more underneath.
Also,
the splash
it's like
hard, 10 yards downfield.
Well, it's also hard because his breakout playing time season came when the Packers finished 31st in PROE. So like that just kind of makes it a little bit hard to extrapolate.
I think the people are right. We're touch too bearish. I think we're
give me a wide receiver.
Well, if we want Strange, we should take him because with the Lawrence drafters on the other side of us. I love Demario though. So
okay, well let's do a nice little tilt for this guy to our right. He has Bauer, so actually whatever, he's fine. You like Demario Douglas even in 0.5 PPR?
Yeah, I mean I think he's a starting receiver there, and I like investing in that offense. So
shocking.
That's where I'm at.
I actually, I mean, I have Douglas ranked ahead of ADP. I mean, Kerrane, people want to know. Give me your, it's July 24th. Give me your sort of full rundown on Drake May, how you expect the Patriots offense to play out. Just give me the mission statement.
So The Athletic had a post that got me hyped.
Okay.
Because they were talking about how the national media is kind of sleeping on this team compared to Vegas, and how Vegas is projecting them for 8.5 wins. But like, if you listen to some of the pundits, they're like, I mean, I'd take the under on like 6.5. But one of the things that people, or that this article was highlighting, is that they have a very easy schedule. That they're favorites in 11 of their 17 games. They're favorites in 11 of 17. Now
I don't even know how that would work, but that's crazy.
For the Patriots, as bad as they were last year, to be favored in 11 of 17 games is pretty exciting from a competitive football standpoint. They're like favored by 1.5 against the Steelers in week 3, the Titans in week 7, the Jets in week 17. And then they're getting 8.5 against like the good teams like Buffalo and Baltimore. So it's not like they're expected to be awesome, but we're looking at the Patriots maybe being that good bad team. That they're like a competitive team against other bad teams. They're able to put up points. They have some weapons now with Diggs looking healthy and Trevion Henderson. And Kyle Williams has looked pretty interesting. I'm starting to get excited about Kyle Williams a little bit, after wondering if he was going to, really have much of a role at all early in the season. I still think he won't be a starter in week 1, but I think he's going to like rotate in and has the potential to earn a starting role down the stretch. So I'm starting to get more hyped on him. But basically, you're just betting on a guy. It's kind of the Trevor Lawrence year 2 bet, but kind of cheaper than we were drafting Lawrence, to my recollection, and a higher upside bet because May runs. And I think he's just better, frankly, than Lawrence.
All right, we need another wide receiver. It's
we just lost Pat Bryant.
Yeah. Damn. I'm tilting. Dante Thornton. Oh, did I get it? Were my fingers nimble enough? They were. Sure. We needed a little bit of juice there. At
what point would you just take Bryce Young here and get the third quarterback?
Jared
Goff,
would.
Jordan Love team.
I would do it. I don't care. I like a third tight end more. Not that any of these guys are really anything. I'd take Bryce Young. We don't have a ton of ceiling. We could take Jatavian Sanders in the end. I mean, I've got got one of these picks earmarked out there for I have the perfect time to play this clip, actually. If you have an 18th round pick earmarked for Dontavian Wicks, you might be a slappy. Well, you might be a slappy if you cite Travion Henderson as a reason to not take the big dog. If you've ever drafted Jeanty and Hampton as your running back 1 and your running back 2, you might be a slappy. If you've ever drafted Jalen Warren and Miles Sanders together, you might be a slappy. If you have even conceived of the thought, the Fannin bet, you might be a slappy. Yeehaw! Just a good reminder. Just a good reminder when you're about to make a pick that you got to be honest about yourself with who you are.
My favorite expression in that, I love when you're saying if you've ever used Travion Henderson as a reason not to draft the big dog, and I'm just sitting there.
You're over there,
mostly
in the corner,
expressionless, but just a little smirk.
Yeah, you're over there in the corner going.
I'm like, yeah, I just did that, and I don't feel bad about it.
Yeah. Oh, this is very good. Kerrane, this team we've drafted is a bit of a mishmash.
It is a little mishmashy.
Picking at the turn can really do that to you. Like, really, like sometimes you're just like, sick, dude. I got all these falling values. I dictated to the room strategy, and then sometimes you just go, oh, this just didn't work at all. Nothing about this worked.
I think so. If you notice, like what Top Guy was giving us on the sidekick, it's kind of telling us to lean into the swerve a little bit. Yeah. Just beat these teams at running back. And we, like with Pittman and stuff, we tried to kind of, we capitulated a little bit.
This team needed Pittman. We were toast without Michael Pittman Jr.
Maybe, I don't know. I think we could have had Mahomes there stacked with Worthy. That'd be fun. So
then we could get mad when this guy takes Jalen Royals at pick 202.
Yeah, then we get mad then. Yeah,
that wouldn't have been fun. Yes, Hunter Renfrow in the sidekick. We got this Renfrow. I'm about 6 clips away from putting Renfrow in my rankings.
He's in the sidekick in a way, in that Thielen and Coker have been docked.
Yeah.
So,
all right, we're gonna take Wicks. We have to. We have to
take someone who's gonna play at least.
We have Jordan Love. All right, you tell me who you want.
Take Taylor.
Well. All right, I will take Tyrod Taylor's tight end 1.
People gotta realize we're gonna see the cart. We're gonna see the cart.
Dontavian Wicks is going to play. They moved Bo Melton to corner because they're so confident in him.
All right, fine. He's actually second on the sidekick.
Well, he's second on the sidekick because it's my rankings.
This is your rankings.
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in there. All right, yeah, that's fine. Let's take him.
Okay, Wicks or Royals?
Whoever you want.
I mean, that's like choosing between, it's like choosing between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. You can't
Empire Strikes Back. Much better movie.
That was maybe not my best example. That's like choosing between the first Indiana Jones or the third Indiana Jones. Equivalently great movie. Great movies.
I think those are equivalently great.
Yeah. Now, Bo Melton officially converted to cornerback. That is bullish for Wicks.
I don't know if it's bullish for Wicks because they might be trying out to see if that pipeline works, and Wicks might be second in line.
Oh no. Oh no, that's really dark, Kerrane.
It's not great when the Packers realize that they can successfully convert stonehand wide receivers to corners. If you happen to be a stonehand wide receiver, that you don't necessarily want to see that.
I wouldn't say no, because Wicks is like obviously like a pretty phenomenal athlete, So you don't really want them to get any ideas about that. I think I think off the top of my head, I think Malik Heath might have gotten claimed by another team off the practice squad. Nope. Okay, Malik Heath still a Green Bay Packer. Now, unfortunately, no, this is not true. Corners
that's
don't
not
need to
true.
be able to catch the ball.
That's like
Neil,
classically one of the things that doesn't happen. That's
Yeah.
why people play corner, because they can't catch, so they
can't
move them
catch.
from wide
That's
receiver.
what every announcer loves to say that.
That's why he plays corner.
That's why he plays corner, brother.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we did here and if we made any obvious mistakes. St. Brown, Jeanty, and Brees. You know what? Honestly, hate to say it, and I hate to say it to my friend Pat Kerrane. I think that if I had a pick back, it would be Brees.
No, I love the Brees pick.
You do Mike Evans, Worthy at this turn. We take Henderson or Harvey or Kamara or Connor here at 62.
I think we're good. Like, we have 3 through 5. We got 3 wide receivers through 5. I think we took Amon-Ra St. Brown in round 1. Like, this team isn't, the strength of the team isn't wide receiver, but I don't think it was a mistake to have, even through 6, to get Henderson. When it came back to us in 7, that's when I felt like, oh man, because you start to see the receivers really flying off. Like, Mooney's already gone. So to your point, grabbing Pittman there helped us out. But
so if Mooney's already
4
gone,
wide receivers through 8.
Yeah.
I think we're okay. Like, we're the running back. Running back is a position of strength with Jeanty, Brees, Henderson, Pollard, Dobbins. Like, that's a room. I kind of wish we had a little bit more at quarterback. Like, Mahomes would have been fun. I don't know, but we do stack up Love. We get Goff stacked.
Goff, St. Brown, Love, Kraft, Bryce Young. Somehow we didn't get Jatavian Sanders. I guess he went at 199.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever. Well, you know what? All of Bryce Young's production last year was as a rusher anyway. He averaged 204 passing yards per game.
I'm kind of with Pepper Tony that if we had gone Mahomes over Pittman, and then we end up with Kirk or something, like, Kirk is obviously, Christian Kirk's not a fun pick,
slot
but I think,
demon.
I think I would have taken that 2v2.
Yeah. That's I suppose that's probably fair. What are you doing with last round picks right now, Kerrane? That's a good one.
Last round picks. Let's see. I'm gonna pull up my exposures. I mean, Smith is definitely someone I'm targeting now. I think we have enough. It's risky, and I was looking up the Pacheco stuff. I mean, you were right that he didn't really get run like I was saying until mid-season, but CEH snap shares in 2022 were like 39%, 44%, 40% to start the year. So he was already, like, I think he probably had a plurality of snaps, but was not, he didn't have, a majority of them. And then Pacheco, he got run right away. So 23% of snaps in week 1, 21% of snaps in week 4. So he's kind of in the mix. And then week 10, he hit 56% and was like, kind of that CEH role for the rest of the way. Something like that for Smith, as late as he goes and as a pass catcher, would be such a big win. Harold Fannin. I'm drafting Harold Fannin. Not apologizing.
You might be slappy. You know what, Kerrane? I started out thinking Kerrane is being unserious, particularly on DraftKings, the 20th round stuff. I think it's pretty obviously a good bet. I think he's not a great bet on Underdog because I think even the role he stands to inherit is not that valuable of 1.5 PPR. Like, give me your projection for Harold Fannin touchdowns if he is just the starting slot wide receiver for the Browns starting in week 8.
He's this like 4 or 5.
He's just Deontay Johnson, but he's playing from week 8 to week 17.
Like 4.
Will any Browns wide receiver have 4 receiving touchdowns?
Well, it helps to be massive, Let me here's like, I was looking at Isaiah Likely and what he did as a rookie. And
Fannon's so much better than Likely.
I think he is better than Likely, yeah, but he had, this is PPR, but still, he had 19.7 PPR points in week 8 of his rookie season. He hit 18.3 in week 18, went 8 for 103. And and then he went 6 for 77 and 1 in week 8. It's like my thing with Fannin is that I expect that most of the time he'll score like 2 points.
Right.
But like you can get out of Fannin, I think he's a realistic bet to be kind of like in the mix, to be like he's a ping pong ball in the lottery, you know, the NBA lottery. He's in there. He's got low probability of popping up in any given week, but he's like live too. And then when he does, he can actually spike to the point where he matters. That's what I see him as. So
this is
I'm
right
at 7%.
wing slap. This is right wing slappy gone way too far.
I can say Fannin's better than Likely because he's a much, much, much better prospect than Likely was.
He is the most productive college tight end you'll ever find.
Ever.
You'll never find.
No one was ever more productive or efficient, by the way. Yards per route run, he absolutely smokes everybody. It's crazy. Because he was a slot receiver. He literally played slot receiver, but he can actually block. It's like, you know, he's going to play the Aaron Hernandez move tight end role. You know, that's what you're looking at. Now, I don't know what his route participation is going to be, and I'm sure it'll fluctuate a lot week to week, but I'm at 7% on DraftKings, so I'm not like absolutely hammering him. But
I've got a pretty good idea of what his route. I've got a pretty good idea of what his route participation is going to be like, and it's going to be real low because he's playing behind David Njoku. But I
don't think he is playing behind David Njoku. I think he's mixing in.
You think he's well, did you see this one fell under the radar. Deontay Johnson got injured yesterday.
Deontay Johnson doesn't matter. Deontay Johnson could not matter less.
He matters a little bit.
He doesn't. He was going to be on a different team no matter what.
He really does, bro.
Dude, this guy's been on like 4 teams in the last 8 months. Like it's a joke. I'm not worried about him.
I just realized I entered this and it started faster than I thought. Crane, you can draft another one, or you can leave. It's totally up to you. But this is the new. I just got off a long phone call with Zach from Drafters yesterday, and gonna be maxing over here, and it's already started.
Wow.
Sick. There's actually no reason, you know, not to do these side just everywhere. Anything that's gonna overlay. If you're not like Kerrane and you didn't win Best Ball Mania, if you're trying to soak up a little bit of edge, you probably should be drafting on something that's going to overlay.
I like this draft board here they got.
It's nice. Yeah. It's a smidgen revamped. So I think let me toss something back to you about Fannin though.
Sure.
I think the what do you win when you win is actually probably larger with Oronde Gadsden. True or false?
I think false. Because I believe in Fannin more as a player. So like I think Fannin could Oronde Gadsden is he's a wide receiver. Fannin is, I think, a tight end, but he functions in the receiving game like a big slot receiver, but he plays tight end. He was a good blocker. Now, a lot of his blocking assignments weren't against like defensive ends and stuff, and they won't be in the NFL. But he can, if you're looking to do like a jumbo like run set, Fannin's out there. Gadsden isn't. Gadsden he's like a pure big receiver that like has tight end eligibility, but he's just a big receiver. So I think his odds of ever having like a really big role in the offense are pretty low, but he could have, 45% route participation.
That's the thing. So I guess what I should say is what do you win when you really, really win is Fannin way Fannin. Better.
Yeah.
But
because if Njoku gets hurt, like Fannin's their starting tight end.
Yeah. What do you win at the 75th percentile? I think that you probably win. You like Jeanty more than Brian Thomas Jr. in a marathon format?
I don't think I do.
Yeah. Okay. I think what do you win when you win on 67% of the routes is probably better for Gadsden because he's got a better quarterback, better, just better all around. Now, Do you have
Yeah,
DeAndre?
sure. If you're giving me 67% of the routes for each, then I'll probably take Gadsden just for the quarterback play. But I think Fannin's chance of getting there is a lot higher.
Okay. Do you have any serious thoughts on Keandre Lambert-Smith? Because I'm now, after 2 days of training camp, I'm in. I'm sold. It took me 2 days, but I got there. So I'm proud of myself for having the wherewithal to get through 2 days of camp instead of just 1 day of camp.
I think that he could end up being, if we're being like very honest about, what he probably is, I think he could end up being like this year's Jalen Coker.
Oh, I would take this year's Jalen Coker on the Chargers. Just look at this guy, dude. Look at him. Don't you just get Mike Williams vibes?
He does kind of look like Mike Williams.
He does kind of look like Mike Williams.
Yeah.
There's a need for it on the offense, because I don't think any of us believe that what's his name, Quentin Johnston, is going to do it. Yes, Auburn's quarterback was this guy who absolutely stinks, Peyton Thorne. I was drafting Keandre. I drafted Keandre Lambert-Smith a little bit before, but as Paul states, if you have serious thoughts on Keandre Lambert-Smith on July 24th, you might be a slappy. Now, you got to remember, training camp clips a little bit misleading in terms of head size, Joey, because a lot of these dudes are very smartly wearing the Guardian cap.
But is he? Yeah, I don't think he was he?
Oh, see, we're in the that looks like a Guardian. Is it not? No, that's for sure.
No, that's his helmet. Oh,
no, look.
It is. You're right. It is. Yeah. Sorry. The Guardian cap looks better now.
Yeah.
It used to have like the big, I don't know. It used to look more toadish.
What are some of the situations that you guys are most closely monitoring for playing time stuff? Like, I think Chiefs running backs are one of them. You know, the one that I'm literally, Kerrane, I am like parsing the footage to see which order players are going in. Jaguars backfield. I am Zapruder filming the Jacksonville Jaguars backfield.
That's a good one. I think Tuten's very much in the mix there. I mean, Tuten is one of my highest drafted players. I've got 30% Tuten. He is my highest drafted player. Looking at my completed drafts,
you might be a slappy,
dude. I'm happy to be first of all, I am a slappy. I've never been happier to be a slappy, because being a slappy gets you 31% Bhayshul Tuten.
No, I kind of think it might be a revenge of the slappy year. Kyren Williams is an insanely good marathon pick. I've got a cool video of LaQuint Allen and Bhayshul Tuten to show you here in a second. Worthy, McLaurin, Kittle, Evans, DJ Moore, marathon style scoring. I kind of think it's Kittle. What do you think?
I think it's probably Kittle too.
Yeah.
I like that.
Kittle, sneaky good. Something people think about marathon scoring is, oh, dude, I got to get the floor. No, what you actually want, the only thing that matters in these contests is giga spike weeks, because guess what? The giga mega spike week in week 5 counts just as much as if it happened in week 17. So if George Kittle or TJ Hawkinson or whomever has the highest scoring tight end week of the entire season, it still really matters. This was the video on Tuten and LaQuint Allen. But what I liked about this, let me tell you what I liked about this. This is a little bit of what would you
look at the quads? Look at the quads on Tuten.
Tuten is absolutely jacked. But LaQuint Allen was like the greatest pass blocking running back in like collegiate football history. And look at Tuten just there. This is like Anakin learning from Obi-Wan Kenobi or Qui-Gon right there. This is him.
I swear to God, if Tuten gets hurt doing this drill, I'm gonna go down to Jacksonville and have some words. I don't. This looks so stupid. Look,
imagine this being
back.
Imagine this being your takeaway, that Tuten looks tiny in this video. Insane.
Yeah, I can't remember a small running back ever being good.
No, he doesn't even look small. It's that he's holding a giant exercise ball and he's wearing a Guardian cap that is the size of like a automobile tire. These Guardian caps are huge. And also LeQuint is a big boy. LeQuint I think is like 6'2". Yeah. Yes, LeQuint also led college football in receptions. I'll tell you what, one of my takeaways early in training camp is that LeQuint has more of a chance, I think, to make the roster than I previously thought. I thought they would try and stash LeQuint Allen on the practice squad. I wonder if ETN is heading, history is just a cycle that continually repeats itself time over time over time. I wonder if ETN is the new Fournette, a first-round running back selected by the Jacksonville Jaguars, who participates for the entirety of training camp and then gets cut.
Wow. Where would he go? What's the Tom Brady equivalent now? Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, no, dude, come on. It's even easier than that. The Chiefs.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I mean, it's like, isn't that the Chiefs love 90-year-old running backs? Like, think of every third contract running back that's been on the Chiefs.
I kind of wanted to go with like past his prime, veteran, former great on a new team. That's where Aaron Rodgers came. That would be more like him Fournette had gone to the Patriots. But at the same time, ring chasing.
Where I would say, where would you go? Where I get ring chasing, I guess you could go the Bengals. The Bengals maybe would have.
They love Chase Brown, it sounds like. So I don't know.
Yeah, they.
The Chiefs is the right answer. You're right.
Why did the Bengals bring Noah Fant in for a workout?
Wait, what? Who did? The Bengals. The Bengals. Yeah.
Yes.
I know. I saw that. I was like, that's not good.
Liam has Noah Fant ranked as like a 17th round pick on DraftKings.
Why? Dude's not on the team.
We argued about this for like I'm not even kidding you, probably 30 minutes yesterday. Noah Fant, because he thinks that he's going to sign with the Dolphins. He thinks that Noah Fant is going to sign with the Dolphins. He's going to kill Darren Waller, and it's just that.
What is dead may never die.
What is dead may never die.
I don't think you can kill Darren Waller.
I don't think I would be spooked on Gesicki. Like, Gesicki is who he is.
Fant is also Gesicki. I think that's a fair comment because they're the same guy. It's Spider-Man meme. Yeah.
Has any news story spooked you yet on anyone? Have you backed off on anyone yet? Ridley or Henderson? Or Zay Flowers? I kind of like
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers. All right. Yeah. Like, has any news story? Oh, here we go. All right. This is actually a good thing to diagnose. Why is draft capital so important until, we got Tuten, Jaden Blue, and these guys? I think there's like a pretty clear answer for this, for why draft capital is less important in 2025, but also for Tuten. But I will give Pat the floor.
Part of it is for me, like, I've been doing the prospect stuff for a long time. I've got a running back model that I use, and I think is very helpful for dialing these picks in. Do we get the running back to come? I'd say Harvey here probably.
Oh, I took Henderson.
Oh, you took Henderson. Okay, good. No, I wanted Henderson. I thought he was gone. So, I plug in everything, including draft capital, and Tuten comes out as an early second round rookie pick. A kind of half tier ahead of Caleb Johnson as far as the prospect bet goes. So like I've accounted for the draft capital, and he's like a great bet for the, great bet for the cost. And then you look at the opportunity ahead of it. That's like, I'm not factoring in like he's on the Jaguars. That's just like with early 4th round draft capital, he's 104th pick overall. So I guess I would push back on the idea that like he doesn't have good draft capital. He doesn't have great draft capital.
104th overall in this day and age. We're running this class. Like 104th overall is like, I don't know. I bet with compensatory picks, some of the 3rd round running backs we've gushed over have been within 10 picks of this. Joe Williams, any of the compensatory pick 3rd round 49ers.
James Conner was the 105th pick. overall.
Yeah.
And he went to a situation where he had to be a backup for a while.
Yeah.
For a year anyway, behind Bell. Yeah, like
See,
Michael Carter was the 107th and was an immediate starter.
Samson
Obviously,
is
didn't
not
last.
even close as a prospect to Tuten. Truly, like different tiers to me.
I have them different tiers. I've got Tuten as an early second round rookie pick and Samson as a third round rookie pick. So I've got it tiered out basically like 101, early first, mid first, late first, early second, and then just third, fourth, flyer. That's how I have it tiered. So second would be Caleb Johnson. Third is Dylan Sampson. I've got Scadaboo in the early second as well. And you know, he was the pick after Tuten. 105th overall. That isn't great. I'm not like psyched about the draft capital, but those guys, what I would say is that some prospects are kind of more dependent on the draft capital, where they don't do like a lot of things super well, but they're like competent in a number of areas, and then they get drafted high, and you're like, all right, like the opportunity, the draft capital generally means they're going to have opportunity, and they do, you know, a number of things pretty decently. So, you know, they could hit when handed the ball a lot. But other guys,
you have Pat. Pat, you have Tuten as a better fantasy prospect than Caleb Johnson.
I do. Yeah.
I mean,
all of this is for dynasty. All of this is for dynasty.
Yeah.
The prospect model is a dynasty model, and it doesn't factor in like what I expect to happen in year one in terms of the situation. Like obviously Caleb Johnson is the clear bet to be the early down runner there. Bhayshul Tuten, it's much murkier. But when you just look at like who's got kind of more outs to production, it's Tuten, because he has so many outs. Much better.
He has so many outs. He has Bigsby can't play on passing downs. He has ETN sucks. ETN gets injured. ETN gets like he's got infinite outs, and I just feel really good that he is going to perform well when he gets on the field. Like very, very good that he is going to perform well when he's on the field.
Like Tuten broke more tackles. His elusive rating was significantly higher than Caleb Johnson's. Yeah. His elusive rating per game was much higher. He's not quite the level of breakaway runner that Johnson was, but close. We're on the clock here.
All right, we're to. I mean, I think we go one of these Packers wide receivers. I'd
honestly go Godwin. I think he plays most of the season.
I mean, you know what? I think you're making such a good point about Godwin. It's like this is you
got to beat all these drafters who drafted all summer, like getting Godwin in the late 7th, because people are like, oh, his ankle's the wrong size. It's like, dude, he clearly has a wrap on. Like, he might miss one game. I don't know. Just calm down.
Now, do we want to slurp the Dipperino on Fields?
Sure.
People are because we don't really have a great quarterback situation set up, and I think we take a little bit of that fear. Why don't Kerrane? We've gotten yes, I will be maxing this tournament. We just worked out a deal with the guys from Drafters yesterday, so I will be maxing. Like everyone's coming into this YouTube chat and asking questions about Justin Fields. Please, the floor is yours. Just can you get everyone to chill out, please?
So the way this training camp stuff works is that they cart everybody. If something happens and you need to like go to the trainer's room for anything, like if you have like, you know, a cough, if you've got like some weird, if you need to take a crap, you're probably getting on the cart. Like that's just the way it goes. They're not as close to the training facility as they typically are. So they tend to cart these guys. He had a guy step on his foot. He like dislocated his toe. I don't think it's his big toe, right? It's one of the non-big toes.
It's not his big toe. Confirmed,
I don't know if it's his pinky toe. It's non-big.
Confirmed. It's a dislocated non-big toe.
Dislocated non-big toe is like nothing. That's nothing.
Even for a running quarterback, I don't really think that's anything.
Dislocated non-big toe on July 24th is not a thing. He'll be fine. I mean, these guys play through nicks and scratches all season. You know, that's season. It's not. We didn't make any adjustments We did like super briefly when he got carted off because when guy gets carted off with foot, you're like, okay, this could be bad. But
guy gets carted off with foot. His career's over.
Yeah, but like they're all gonna get carted off for pretty much everything. So you have
remember. Do you remember the time Travis Kelce got carted off?
Wasn't it for cramps or something?
It was like he had to like go to the bathroom.
That's what I'm saying. The cart is like, it's like taking a bus back to the training facility. Like it doesn't mean that your knee exploded.
Yeah. Here's one. Here's one for the slappies. See, Michael Penix Jr. looking all cool with his do-rag, his earrings. See, we got Kyle Pitts the ball. Gonna be a lot of that. Sure,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Sure, man.
Cool, Michael.
Cool, dude.
Hey, I wanted to ask you this because you're now that we're jumping around the different sites.
Yeah.
FFPC strategy question.
Mm-hmm.
Is Kyle Pitts a bad pick because they're going to change his eligibility to wide receiver?
So like the funny thing is that sort of general analysis of like, oh, dude, he's playing with the wide receivers. That's good. Like, no, so insanely bearish because the thing with Pitts was always that he was going to be a matchup nightmare because he was faster than linebackers, right? With kind of his, I mean, it feels insane to describe Kyle Pitts this way, but he used to be viewed as like a very smooth player, very, very smooth, kind of agile, sort of could run these outbreakers as a tight end or whatever. Just does not have that in his game anymore. Playing as a wide receiver for Pitts is kind of the ultimate, like they're giving up because it just means like, all right, well, I guess he's big. So
yeah,
he can go try and win against the corner.
He's like Keon Coleman now.
That is, well, that was kind of a Sam Sherman from you there. You somehow just nagged Keon Coleman and Kyle. You just murdered them both. I think we need a running back here. I think we should take Spears.
Sure.
That was I don't even know how you did that. That was so bearish, dude. Kyle Pitts is Keon Coleman. Oh. and the worst part is I heard it and I was like, oh, totally. Yeah. He's just a jump ball perimeter wide receiver who can't run.
Yeah.
Really, really bearish stuff there.
Double homicide, Minnesota Mike says. Double homicide.
We can maybe push Goff around to 131. What do you think? It's pretty tight. Okay, there you say less. We should be able to get quite a good price on his teammates here as well. All right, who else is sort of interesting from training camp stuff? I'm trying to think if there was we're already seeing best shape of his life stuff for Ken Walker. We believing in best shape of his life, Ken Walker.
Well, the nice thing about Ken Walker's best shape of his life is that he's out there, he's healthy, because there was an ankle thing that was kind of bothering him in minicamp. It's always tough to know like how serious those types of things are. Where Mixon's on the NFI. Mixon he was in the walking boot thing, and it's like, oh, he's fine, but he's still in the NFI, and that's concerning. Like he's turns 29 in November, I think, and not able to practice right now. How long is it going to linger? Is something that bothers him this season? So that type of red flag doesn't exist with Walker, and I think it's nice. We're getting off to a clean start here. I've been taking Walker a decent amount in the early fifth, mid fifth. I think he's fine there if you need a running back. I started a little light on him because of I was a little bit nervous about the ankle thing, but I'm doing a bunch of slows right now, and I've got a decent chunk of them. So I expect I'll probably be overweight by the by the time he slows finish.
All right. Ken Walker versus Alvin Kamara. It's probably not even close to you. Yeah.
Yeah, Walker.
Yeah. Who else? Who else is interesting?
It's like him versus Chuba. And
sure.
And I think that it's kind of a coin flip.
Did you make anything of the Russell Wilson is for sure gonna be the starter? I thought that was a little interesting, the way the Daboll was just so adamant that Russell Wilson was a starter. Like there was a quote floating around about maybe even redshirting Jackson Dart. Now I think it's easy to say that before you start 0-6, but like I thought that was a little interesting, particularly for drafting so many 3 quarterback teams.
They've been told they have to win, and if you're just trying to win tomorrow, then Russ Wilson is a better bet than Jackson Dart. But Russ Wilson's also not a good bet to win games. Compared to other quarterbacks around the league, he's one of the worst bets. So I don't think it lasts. I mean, I'm always skeptical of these plans. Andy Dalton, he's going to play the whole year. Maybe we'll see Justin Fields, but it's Andy's team.
It's
and
Andy's
then 3 weeks later, they're like, "Oh God, we're all going to get fired if we keep playing this guy. Put Justin Fields in."
Yeah,
it happens constantly. It happened with May. The May one was like, everything I heard. It took 6 weeks. I guess give credit to the Brissett's going to start all season people on that, but you can't put him out there. It'll ruin his career. Well, they put him out there because they weren't going to play Jacoby Brissett all season.
Man, I had forgotten. Kerrane, that was a memory wipe for me, man. I did not remember the Jacoby Brissett experience. I completely forgot that. Just somehow, of all the things that happened last season, that one was totally.
Yeah, I think we got 5 games of it, 6 games of it. It was a while. It was a while.
Yeah. We gotta smash the button on Burden if he does not get picked up this year. Yeah, things I don't care about. Anything going on with Luther Burden right now, really, unless he was truly injured. I just think by like week 8, that is just kind of the stuff that is going to totally take care of itself. Oh man, this is kind of a tricky spot.
I would do Kincaid here.
All right, I mean, God forbid. Hayden posted this on Twitter last night. He said, I wanted to find some way to bull post about Dalton Kincaid. And he was not tight end 8 in points, but tight end 8 in usage until his first or second injury.
He was banged up down the stretch.
The lava lamp, dude.
Well, the lava lamp, I think I misread that. It was that he dealt with that last year and is now healthy. So the lava lamp's actually an excuse we can use for last year as opposed to a reason to be bearish about this year.
Well, I mean, it would not be the craziest thing on earth if Dalton Kincaid ended up being good this year. I'd be surprised.
Knox is on NFI.
Knox is on NFI. It would be very funny if in the anti-slap year, if at least one slappy. Liam isn't honorary slappy. Liam thinks he isn't. Liam thinks he's so much different than us because he drafts James Cook. He's still one of us. And obviously Kincaid is kind of his poster boy.
Yeah. No, I think Liam's a slappy. We don't let him off the slappy hook.
He would tell you he's not. He'd be like, all you idiots, you draft, you won't take James Cook. You I don't know who we would make fun of us. I guess he doesn't like being high on. Well, he didn't like me being on. Darren Waller was one of them. He's more of like an individual player take slappy, I suppose, but he certainly is on the slappy spectrum. And I'm not going to let him pretend for 1 minute that
Liam's out doing his own thing a little bit more, but he's like a recurring character.
See,
in the slappy
Charlie, Charlie, I love you. You're a good dude. Liam is a slappy. He just is kind of on his own spectrum of slappitude.
Yeah,
but to say that Liam is not a slappy is simply untrue. Can someone explain Burden over Loveland in most drafts? Higher draft capital at a onesie, and Ben Johnson talks about Colson Loveland like he's only the person in the world he loves. I have a couple thoughts on this. First being, Burden is going to have a better fantasy skill set than Loveland because Burden is just insanely good, so explosive. Also, you have to start 3 wide receivers. You only have to start 1 tight end, so it's actually slightly negative when you're not Brock Bowers to be at a tight end instead of a wide receiver. That is what I think. Kerrane, what do you think?
I think Sus Edwards makes a good point in that Loveland is trending in the right direction and Burden is trending in the wrong direction. I've been nervous about Burden because
he fell on the football yesterday.
He fell on the football and now can't play football anymore. That seems pretty bad. I am nervous about that. I've been looking for ways to get more Loveland. We're like 9 picks ahead of ADP right now. So, we're bullish on Loveland, but I kind of want to even be more bullish. My concern with Loveland is that like he is a tight end. So he's going to be out there and probably in a split of some kind with Cole Kmet early in the season because Kmet can do the tight end duties, right? He can block, he can do all the stuff. You're doing a run play. You probably still trust Kmet more.
Sure.
It's Loveland. Like, can Loveland consolidate the routes necessary to really be a smash? I think he can, but it's not like a lock. Burden, I think like if Burden is good, he really has an easier path because he's going to get out on the field for sufficient routes because there's not like the competition isn't really that strong for routes. So he gets to get out there and then I win if he's good. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Take Demario here if you want to stack it up.
Okay. Yeah, I took Jerome Ford. Marathon ass pick.
Marathon ass pick.
See, yes. Like Jerome Ford's best game is going to be 18.6 points. It's going to take place in week 3. So do with that information whatever you want. Kerrane, I honestly am surprised to see you being such a Demario Douglas guy. I would think Demario Douglas would like truly be one of the least Kerrane players imaginable.
Well, it helps he plays with Drake May. I'll say that.
Like I would be more imagining you making a case for round 18 Mac Hollins or Kayshon Boutte as opposed to Demario Douglas.
Demario Douglas has been pretty solid. He's at 1.53 yards per out run for his career. Like he's been a pretty good player. Not anything special, but I don't remember
anything about him as a prospect, honestly.
6th round pick, wasn't really anything, but immediately was like, this dude, Pop Douglas. He was kind of having the Lambert Smith training camp 2 years ago, where it was like, hey, this guy's a thing.
Yeah.
This guy could be a thing. Yeah. And got out on the field a bunch as a rookie, 330 routes. That was a better of the 2 seasons that he's had. And yeah, he's 561 yards as a rookie on 49 receptions. And last year, 66, 621, and 3. The offense was a mess, but he and Hunter were like the kind of semi-bright spots, other than Boutte catching completely covered bombs, but where May would just thread the needle. Like so many of Boutte's plays were just beautiful throws by May.
Beautiful throws. Yeah.
Yeah. But the Josh McDaniels offense, very famously utilizes a slot. It looks like he's clearly the slot right now, to the point that Kyle Williams is probably going to have to go through the outside. Like he's probably going to have to beat Mac Hollins and Kayshon Boutte, which I don't think he'll do week 1. I think eventually he probably will, and he'll play. But I think my concern with Douglas early on was that he was going to be a rotational player. But from minicamp, it seemed like Diggs and Douglas are like the 2 dudes they know they can count on. And he seems to be a kind of key cog in the offense they're building. So, he's not a smash in terms of like, or his upside, is kind of limited. But when you get to this range of the draft and you're looking at receivers who are going to be able to contribute, I think he's a pretty strong pick, especially if you have May.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad pick. I historically have loved, our mini short kings around the world. Yeah, I have no issue with it. I am just surprised to see you embrace it to the same degree.
I mean, Huckleberry says no Kyle Williams slot snaps so far in camp that I saw. Diggs will get some slot work too. Nick says, yeah, I agree with that.
Well, I looked it up.
Some too.
I looked it up the other day. There's plenty of Kyle Williams played outside plenty in college.
Yeah, Kyle Williams, I think is like he's more like Deontay or something, right? I could see him getting like some shallower targets. He's not limited to that, but like he's probably doing that from the outside.
Yeah,
but he was his big thing was route running. I mean, when Sims had him wide receiver 1 or whatever,
right.
It was his route running.
I'm trying to think. There's not really a third. I think a third quarterback on this team might be one of the Indianapolis guys. There's not really an obvious stack for us here. You have any thoughts? We have a.
What about Braylon Allen?
Look, buddy. He's got his whole life ahead of him.
He got his whole life ahead of him, dude.
Braylon Allen. Oh, he just went. He just got picked from us.
Mason Taylor.
Elijah Arroyo. Wait, stack it up. You're right. I do. Although, oh man, here's one that got me already. I have already been reading Elijah Arroyo updates and been into them. I think we should take a quarterback. I don't really care which one, but they're all going to be gone by the time we come pick next.
Sure. I don't really care which one either though.
You know what?
They are.
Because again, the format, the way people play a cumulative scoring, they'd be like, oh, dude, got to take Aaron Rodgers. He's going to play 17 weeks. He's going to have a nice solid floor. 4 insane, like honestly, 2 insane Anthony Richardson rushing weeks are going to beat the points added to this roster of Aaron Rodgers. It really will.
Yeah, I think. I mean, he can have those giant spike weeks. So
2 years ago, not last year, the year before, the winner of the Drafters main event had 2 quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts and Zach Wilson. It was the year Jalen Hurts missed weeks 15, 16, and 17, and he won, but he lapped the field. He won by 110 points because just having the spikes is what matters. That's a good one. AJ Dillon ahead of Will Shipley chasing with the first team offense. I kind of think that's actually what they want to do. I think they would prefer to save some wear and tear on Barkley with Dillon. Not that makes Dillon draftable, but that one did pique my interest.
I hadn't seen that one yet. That's not great. Shipley was such a smash in the big board, and now has been someone who actually
to be clear, this is what the beat said. It said that in all the obvious first team situations, Dillon was out first, but Shipley played more total cumulative snaps with the first team offense, which would again make sense because Shipley is a more versatile player. There is one thing that AJ Dillon can do, which is, dude, the first time Hurts pushes Dillon for a touchdown, imagine the collective outrage from the internet.
What I want is Wildcat. Dillon tush push from Saquon.
Saquon pushing Hurts for a touchdown is so good. This is the most gritty opinion I've ever heard. AJ Dillon outscoring Jordan Mason. That's a very good gritty opinion. I love that. All right. I'm trying to think if there. The hard part is you really do have to weed out a lot of a fire hose season, because if you start overreacting to everything that you're seeing, you're gonna get to August 2nd and have no opinions.
Have you seen the Bears situation yet? I haven't seen anything on that.
The Bears
running back. Yeah.
I got nothing. I have not seen anything useful or anything unexpected there. I'll tell you something that has me feeling bearish though. First off, this is Pat saying not a bit. I've never seen a receiver land on the ball more than Luther Bird, and Pat, a University of Missouri fan, so he would know. That, Kerrane, this right here, have you ever seen anything more bearish than Cooper Kupp's new hair?
I don't think I have. He looks like he's like trying to fit in with like a college lacrosse team.
He looks like Jacob Sanderson. He looks like Jacob
would have to curl his hair.
Yes. Insane.
Is he off on the sidelines just like spritzing some sea salt in there? What the hell's going on?
Like, what is going on? It's crazy. This is why we can't draft Elijah Arroyo.
Cooper Cobain says Edwards.
I'm not buying Cooper Cobain. Yeah, he is embracing the Pacific Northwest for sure. All right, Kerrane, give me a running back.
I can't see.
Oh shit.
DJ Giddens.
Oh.
Is Smith available? Take Smith if he's available.
Is he? Nope, he's not.
Take Giddens.
Hunter would have been good. Brooks, I'll tell you what, I'm super hip to Taj Brooks now. Taj Brooks has been added to the menu for me everywhere.
I think he's on the menu for sure.
Yeah. Like Zach Moss going
Karen Cup.
No. Oh man. Oh,
it's over.
That is a disaster, dude.
It's never
he's never gonna recover from that.
No,
it is the Karen haircut, man. Wow. Chicago backfield talk. I got nothing. I have not seen a meaningful.
I haven't seen
update.
anything. I was asking Davis. Yeah. Someone said it's Kyle Monungai season in the chat. Is it?
No. People just keep saying that. No, people just keep saying.
If you have evidence,
there is no evidence. Now, as far as I could tell, I don't even know if the Bears know Roschon Johnson exists. I've not heard his name. Yeah. I'm
gonna go to the Athletic and see. The Bears usually have pretty good coverage, but I haven't really seen much about the backfield. They got Johns. It's Adam Johns and the other guy. They're usually pretty good.
I mean, they have a bunch of guys. Yeah. You know what, Kerrane? Speaking of NFL news and blurbs, I miss the old Roto World so intensely, man. This should have been like the Roto World should be my most visited page.
I still visit. It's the they really don't want you on that site. It feels like, the ads are aggressive. They got the aggressive anti pop-up ad blocker thing. And there's no app anymore. They just nuked the app.
Yeah.
But the blurbs are still good. Still good blurbs.
32 beats tweeted out a Roschon highlight yesterday. There was a Roschon one-handed catch out of the okay, let me see if I can find it. Speaking of applications that do not work, X the Everything app. Will I be able to find anything about Roschon? Oh, okay, I did find it.
Dude, the search is down half the time on
the search. The search just doesn't work. Search just does not work on.
Great,
on X
good site.
App.
No notes.
Here you go. That don't look like Roschon. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, man.
That was Roschon, wasn't it?
Yes.
Wow.
Look at this, dude. One-handed catch into the spin move. Now, pretty easy to spin when you have no threat.
Can I see one more time? Who's throwing? Is it Caleb?
It's about to replay.
That's not Caleb.
That's Bijan.
That's pretty beige. It's pretty beige-ish. That's bearish.
Maybe this is part of Tyson Bajan's dad's power play. Is that Bijan is responsible for throwing all of the passes to the running backs. So any work being done, with the running backs.
And it's not so bad. I mean, they're rotating and stuff, so it's not bad.
It really doesn't matter. You're gonna see you guys are gonna see Brashard's or you're gonna see Xavier Worthy catching passes from Gardner Minshew. It doesn't really.
Yeah. It's not bearish actually, but it's not I refuse to get hyped about a pass from Tyson Bagent. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Well, here's a good one. What about anything with Hunter? Just any of the Travis Hunter updates, if any of them made you
Travis
change,
Hunter.
Yeah, anything made you change your mind in any meaningful way?
Not a ton, but I'm glad we're getting the 5th round discount now when he used to go in the 4th. That I definitely feel better about.
Give me a Patriots. Give me a Patriots wide receiver. You want to take Booty? Booty or Douglas? Booty or Douglas?
We already took Douglas.
Or Booty or Holland, sorry.
Probably Booty.
Yeah, I think you're right. Seemed like Booty and Holland or Booty and May are like great buds based on the offseason stuff.
Yeah, and they had a connection last year, so
yeah. Trying to think of the sickest scroll down wide receiver who would be undrafted in this contest. Burton is a good one. Burton is a really good one because he might only play like 2 games because he might get suspended or quit the team or whatever. If you've ever come into a YouTube chat and said, I was late, did we talk about Thomas Fadone III? You might be a slappy. Well, you.
All right. I think on that note,
yeah,
I got to get out of here.
Yeah. Later.
See ya.
Later, dude. Everyone say thank you to Kerrane. Levitan will be here in 30 minutes. He'll be here in absolutely no time. Let me recap this team. Justin Fields, Drake May, Anthony Richardson, Kyron Williams, Travion Henderson, Tajay Spears, Jerome Ford, DJ Giddens, Taj Brooks, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brian Thomas Jr., Zay Flowers, Chris Godwin, Luther Burden, Demario Douglas, Kayshawn Booty, Jermaine Burton, George Kittle, Dalton Kincaid, Mason Taylor. Honestly, pretty good. I think for doing a bunch of talking about training camp news and stuff during it, I think we figured it out. Levitan will be here in 30 minutes. So if you guys want to hang out until then, that would be, I think it's cromulent. Drafting Chris Hogan today. Theo Johnson does pop in the PSM. That's true. Man, there was, I will hand this to him. There was a Thomas Fadone clip that looked pretty freaking cool. Let me see if I can pull it up for you folks here. Cause it wasn't, all right, here we go. It's pretty good. Look at this catch. Look at this catch from old Thomas Fadone. Nice little one-hander. I was unfamiliar with his game. Pretty good, right? Not nothing from old Tommy Fadone. Yeah, the running back room did get pretty slappy. Henderson, Spears, Ford, Giddens, Brooks is pretty gosh darn slappy. What do we do? Should we check out some more news? I guess we could go and make some slow draft picks. It's always good. Let's do that. And while we wait for Mr. Levitan, this team will go to the draft and we'll figure it out. This team is Brock Purdy, Justin Herbert, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, Travion Henderson, Ladd with Herbert, Jameson Williams, Calvin Ridley, Ricky Pearsall. Oh, I took Karen Cup on this team. I think rookies and sophomores is closed. I believe isn't that Drew McNova? I believe it's closed. Taj Brooks saw some first team reps already. Check your best CLV teams on the solver. I can try. I don't even think I'm signed up on the solver for the Best Ball Explorer. How do I import these? How do I import the solver? We're going to find out. I don't have a tight end yet on this team. Do I take? I think I'm going to take Guerendo. Yeah, Guerendo with Purdy. 32.4% of Isaac Guerendo. Rookies and sophomores is closed. If Actually, I know what I can do. We could do a Badge Bros Brawl. Badge Bros Brawl will take 30 minutes. There we go. Yep, we will feel great. Yes. Well, frankly, maybe I'll make Levitan do it with me when Levitan joins the stream. Maybe I'll say, Levitan, it's your job. All right, here we go. Pick 3 in the Badge Bros Ball. Shout out to my boys, John and Nez. The Badge Bros Brawl. So if you are unfamiliar with this contest, it is quite a bit different than the other contests. 56,000 total teams, but your pod is only 1 out of 6. The pod advancements are 1-5, 1-5 to a 375 person final, $100,000 first. Effectively, it is like a season. It's like a seasonal BR. Yes, I am drafting a Badge Bros Brawl, brother. Is taking Achane and Marvin Harrison Jr. at the 1-2 turn outrageous? Absolutely outrageous. Like truly one of the most outrageous things you could do. What is the point of doing that? I'm gonna take Barkley at 2. Like the most to me in this contest, like the most irreplaceable thing is the super high upside running back picks. There just is no replacing those guys. The Slappy Slam. Like this guy at the turn here, Forey Wayne, who just took Jahmyr Gibbs and Christian McCaffrey. I think that's quite strong. The Bucks have a dude on the NFI list for being overweight. Who amongst us, man? All right. So let's do Derrick Henry. That'll give us a little bit of a unique combination. Not a ton of teams should have Barkley or Henry. Why Barkley over Jefferson? The most irreplaceable thing in this format in the Badge Bros Brawl are the insanely high ceiling running backs. You are going to want a running back in your flex a ton of the time here. If you think about the way battle royales work on Underdog, just a huge portion of the time, running back teams were ending up in the flex there. And I'm basically no disrespect to this dude, Johnny Bala, drafting at the 1. But I would not be drafting very many teams that way. I'm going to take Brock Bowers because, again, the most irreplaceable thing is positional ceiling. Would I rather max this or the Eliminator? I would probably rather max the Eliminator because just for content reasons, there are very few things that would be better for my brand than having a team alive in like week 11 of the Eliminator. Being live in week 11 of the Eliminator would be huge. I feel like you guys stress variance too much early in the draft in this contest. I definitely disagree with that. If you wait to let it come to you naturally, you are going to let the room make your decisions for you, which I am not a huge fan of. I'm going to take Tyreek Hill as the wide receiver 1 here. Yeah, I am also really looking forward to the Eliminator sweats this season. All right, Purple Yosh, give me your Eliminator philosophies. What is behind your raison d'etre? What are you doing to ship the Eliminator? I am all ears. By the way, this one's absolutely cooking. We might be able to do another. Buddy, this is a Badge Bros. I'm gonna take Amari and Hampton here. What are other dudes doing in this draft? D. Larson. It's got Bijan, St. Brown, Achane, Jacobs, and AJ Brown. Pretty good. I like the elite quarterback, elite tight end combo here that Buster Boys has. Buster Boys, big winner. 50 eliminators in so far. Yeah, it's good. I drafted an Elim last night. Unfortunately for us, I drafted Big Boy, drafted the winning Elam last week. How much Samson do you think has been drafted in this so far? Not very much. Yeah, I would guess. What would you guys guess? Dylan Sampson own rate in the Badge Bros Brawl. I'm going to guess, honestly, quite low. Let's go Mike Evans. We can set up a little Baker Mayfield. Trying to wait on the bulk of my eliminator. Seems like there's an edge in waiting. That could be true, honestly. You're gonna fade a lot of early zeros, I suppose. That is certainly true. Why is it that weekly winners is one of the less popular contests amongst the content creators? I would assume, honestly, because it is so hard to win weekly winners. All right. Let's do. I'm feeling RJ Harvey. I'm feeling maybe an RJ Harvey Bo Nix team. Yeah, dead players are brutal. Honestly, dead players in Eliminator are very tough. Yeah. There's no edge in waiting, I say as I look at my Eliminator team with Quinshawn Judkins in it. Yeah, shout out Eliminator teams that have Jerome Ford on them. All right. Barkley, Henry, Bowers, Reek, Hampton, Evans, Harvey. The needle to thread in this contest is what is fancy enough and what is too fancy. Like, I think, again, no disrespect, but this team to me at the turn seems a little bit too chalky, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Honestly, I could very easily be wrong. This feels like a great team to take Tet McMillan, where I already have my wide receiver ones, and now I can get fancy there earlier. Unironically, have a bunch of Ford, Sampson, and zero Judkins. Well, congrats on your win, Nick. Congrats on your shipper. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that in this contest, I went a little bit too fancy? I'll be doing a BBM in about 12:38. I'll be doing a BBM in 17 minutes. All right. What do we do? What do we do next here? You know what? Travis Hunter. Is there a more Badge Bros Brawl player than Travis Hunter? How does the eliminator work if you don't advance? That draft is done for the season? Yes. Correct. If you lose in the eliminator, you lose. Yeah, Eggers, I am washed. It's true. It's true. Yeah, I really like this format. I don't know how other people feel about it, but I like it. I like it quite a bit. Look, we're gonna get a little bit of everything, guys. We're gonna get a little bit of BBM, a little bit of fast draft, a little bit of drafters, a little bit of Badge Bros Brawl. You know, if there is a fantasy football contest, I'm drafting in it. That is what I am all about. Yes, it does also incentivize entering a bunch of teams. Who's a quarterback? Oh, Jennings Purdy. Jennings Purdy is going to be a pretty low-owned permutation in this contest, I think. I've not entered the banana. I've not entered the Banana Society one. They sent me. They sent me a DM, the Banana Society account, to do a draft there. Maybe I will. That's the one where you don't draft the players, you draft like 49ers quarterback 1. I assume it's not possible to have one of your teams face each other. Oh, they sent everyone a DM. I guess I'm not special, Copper Prices. All right. I would like a little flex. What do we think, guys? Let's do Jordan Mason. What if 3 of your eliminator teams make the final? Then you're the luckiest person alive. No one has been ever lucky than you. Did we get any Browns running back 1 news today? I have not seen. Honestly, have you guys seen anything from Browns training camp? Well, honestly, Izzy Abanikanda being cut is like actually bullish. I'm taking Bhayshul Tuten. Tuten, oh no, I got auto-picked. Oh, brutal. Honestly, Izzy Abanikanda being cut by the 49ers is low-key a bullish thing for my teams on Thursday, July 24th. A lot of Shadur highlights. You're kidding. Jerome Ford missed practice yesterday with an injury. You're kidding. I gotta Google this. Jerome Ford injury. Dead ass. Wow. So it really could not be any more Dylan Sampson. 49ers signed or cut Abanikanda. I'm getting conflicting reports here. Okay, now I'm gonna take Bhayshul Tuten. Hypothetically, can you get in the same week 15 pod as the other advancing team from your BBM draft? Ford likely out for the year, dislocation to his non-big toe. I do not understand this question. Hypothetically, can you get in the same week 15 pod as the other advancing team from your BBM draft? Are you saying like if you have I advanced in my week 15 pod, Team A and Team B both advanced and they both went into the same week 16 pod? Yeah, I assume there's something in Underdog's code. Will said he became a member. It never added me to the Discord. My boy C Money will help you out, but literally, Will, it is the easiest thing in the world because it adds you automatically. And if it doesn't, you just need to link and relink your accounts. It's super easy. All right, we need a quarterback. So let's take my boy Brock Purdy. We got the old Purdy Jennings combo. Oh, I don't think you can play your own team. I assume they have something in there. I have never. Yeah, a refresh connection should get you in right there. Yeah. Samson, I would assume Samson does get up to the 90s. Like, where would you guys take? Where would you guys take Dylan Sampson if Quinshon Judkins was suspended for the entire season? Because I believe I would rank Samson in the 70s probably, honestly. If Judkins was out for the year, I would rank Samson in the 70s. Oh, way ahead of Tracy, I think. Yeah, I think Samson even higher. Samson was fine in college. I did not think he was very good in college. Other people thought he was better than I did. Let's do a Jake Ferguson tight end 2 team here. I don't think he would go this high. I don't think he'd get up to Harvey and Henderson. I was listening to Fantasy Sirius XM yesterday, and they just kept saying the Browns had already signed Gus Edwards. Jerome Ford will get a lot of work. Not if he's already injured, brother. Not if Jerome Ford is already injured. I mean, he is rehabbing an ankle injury from last year. All right, Jerome, God, X the Everything app does not really have search functions that work anymore. Samson could be Brian Westbrook incarnate. I'm going to be honest, bro. I'm just going to keep it absolutely real with you. I do not see this. Now, I do have confirmation that Jerome Ford is injured. Minor injury, as reported by Scott Petrak. Minor injury, whatever that means. What is a minor injury? Could be whatever you want it to be, I suppose. You know what? Bryce Young. This might be scrolling a bit too far in this contest. We have Bryce Young and Brock Purdy as our quarterbacks. Bryce Young with Tet, Purdy with Jennings. Maybe I should have just taken Lawrence. Pierre Strong was getting first running back reps yesterday. Yes, Marshawn Lloyd is back. Reconnecting it didn't work. All right, let me send you this. Let me send you this link, Will. Well, actually, you know what, Will? Just DM me on Discord and I'll just add you. It does. Some people for whatever reason do have a hard time. I mean, I am 100% certain that it works. Ooh, I got to take a third quarterback. Thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Ethan. You guys want to know someone? East of Ethan is a good guy because he reminded me to take another quarterback, and I appreciate him for that. Oh, come on, Andy. You gotta give me some extra credit, bro. I did not basically draft a BBM. I got a little bit funky here. I mean, the game theory is basically all in having different combinatorial permutations than the field, and the skill in this contest is figuring out what degree players should be drafted. Should Bryce Young be drafted 5% of the time or 10% of the time? It's kind of, you know what? It's kind of like playing MLB DFS, actually. Sort of similar. All right, Will, I've got you here. Bang. There you go. And I will invite you in to Slappy Central right now. Bang. Welcome into Slappy Central, brother. I'm on the clock. I guess I got auto-picked Matthew Golden. Sure. You know what, Rusty? It's more important to make sure. Yes. Send me a friend request right now on Discord, and I will add you in. I will say there certainly is a trick to it because everyone can figure it out, but I'm more than happy to help anyone get in the Sloppy Central Discord because we have a nice, good, fun time in there. Imagine coming second in a best ball contest and only winning 5K. Yeah, well, they did just launch the German Shepherd, right? Badge Bro Brawl. Second place is 50K in the Badge Bros Brawl. I honestly haven't even looked at the payouts. Sprint is 22.5% full. Marathon, 21.8. Eliminator, almost 50%. Big dog tomorrow with Herzig, by the way. German Shepherd 2. They got the name spelled correctly now. What do we got? Only 15% full. You guys have lost your edge. My Discord name is just my name. It's just Davis Maddock. And weekly winners is... Wow, weekly winners, 63.5% full. All right. I'm gonna go pee real quick before Levitan gets here. You might be a slappy. Wow, you might be a slappy if you cite Travion Henderson as a reason to not take the big dog. If you've ever drafted Jeanty and Hampton as your running back 1 and your running back 2, you might be a slappy. If you've ever drafted Jalen Warren and Miles Sanders together, you might be a slappy. If you have even conceived of the thought, the Fannin bet, you might be a slappy. Yeehaw! You guys haven't maxed the German Shepherd 2 yet, bro? You might be a slappy. Let me tell you, you might be a slappy. 20K to first. Yeehaw. It's the yeehaw for me, too. It's honestly, it's the, Lanners is the GOAT of niche, best ball, fantasy football content. You're not gonna beat Zach Lenars at niche best ball fantasy football content. I mean, he kills it with the ship chasing ones too. By the way, if you've already max entered the German Shepherd 2, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to nuke the sidekick. I'm gonna have to nuke the sidekick when Levitan shows up. It's good reminder. Thank you, Nick. Yeah, if you get even one team to week 10, that's already $500 for the Eliminator. That's true. All right. Except now I'm running blind because the sidekick's hidden. What do I do now? I think I might be a redraft slappy. Is that a thing? I think being a redraft slappy is a thing. That's actually, I mean, people forget, but the origination of the slappy community. Yeah, it did just come out. I max entered the new contest as a slow draft right when it came out because I had a pretty strong feeling that it was going to be full by the time I got done doing all my streams today. And I think that history is going to prove me correct on that because it's 14.5% full right now. So I bet the entire contest is going to be full by the time I get done with ship chasing today. They should release a contest for training camp. How would you score this? Called obedience class with a dog on a leash or something. See, I disagree that the Eliminator is coin flips. I think there is definitely some nuance and some skill. Actually, not even. I am positive there is a lot of nuance and skill in the Eliminator. I do not think it is coin flips at all. Yes, it dropped 2 hours ago. No, I get no information from DraftKings on fantasy football type stuff. It's hard enough. It's hard enough to get as a mere. My YouTube channel is so small in the grand scheme of things. These people ain't telling me nothing. There are the degree to which there are big famous celebrities and YouTube channels who are involved in the gaming space No one is telling little old Davis Maddock nothing. Wow, Cortland Sutton is... What pick am I at? Cortland Sutton at pick... Oh, no. You know what? Why not? Why not? A little Cortland Sutton never hurt nobody. DK code is Maddock. It's the... When I emailed them, somehow the promo code Davis was already activated for someone else. I wonder if it was me a long time ago, and I forgot. I mean, Amarian Hampton is... I'm hoping he ends up being like my most drafted player in the end, truly. I hope I end up with so much Amarian Hampton. There is no way that Najee Harris is getting his job back from Amarian Hampton if Hampton already starts as the starter. There ain't no way. They should do an eliminator returns up to like week 6. No one ever likes the videos, Rusty. Let me tell you, that's one thing I've learned. No one ever likes. They watch the video, they sit here. No one ever likes, and also a surprising number of people don't subscribe. Let's look at my audience. I've got over the last 7 days, a huge chunk of people, over 500 people, have watched these videos without subscribing. How does the eliminator work? Dude, honestly, it is the coolest contest. So you start out in a pod and you basically are playing a DFS 50-50. And then every week after that, you play a head-to-head tournament all the way until you get to a 3-person final. It's very cool. It's true. People treat likes and subscribes like there's a monthly charge after a free month. It's true. It's true. I don't know why, but let me tell you, I actually just before Kerrane came on the stream, I had a call with a potential advertiser, and it's not that sick to have to do the call and be like, I only have 8,000 YouTube subscribers. I promise I'll get more someday. I work really hard. How many teams advance in the eliminator? Look at that, brother. I'm highlighting it right there for you. 6 out of 12, and then 1 out of 2, 15 consecutive times until a 3-person final in week 17. See, I did not like last year's eliminator better. I think this one is way cooler, but part of the reason why I think it's cool is like for content-related reasons. I think it's cool for that. Any more news on Justin Fields' dislocated toe practice incident? No, I got no more news. I would say I frankly am not. I just am not worried about this at all. Are you guys worried about Justin Fields? A dislocated toe. You know what? It's just gonna happen. Here's a man who just couldn't be. In fact, he told me he almost didn't come on the show today because he was so concerned about Justin Fields' toe. He said, dude, I just wasn't prepared for this. I wasn't prepared for what was going to happen with Justin Fields' toe being injured. What's up, dude? How you doing?
Dude, expected new father. Congratulations.
Thanks, man. I'm very excited to join the dad gang. I was telling this to Dink the other day. I was like, everyone in fantasy has kids now. No one, that it's like all the people that I've known forever in fantasy, they're all dads now, bro. That's what's cool now.
It is. It's crazy. I was thinking like, I'm not that far away from being able to play like the seniors event at the World Series. And I was like, oh man, that's going to be super soft. I'm going to smash at the World Series of Poker. And I was like, man, that's going to be super soft. And then I realized it's going to be just as tough as it's always been because everybody's old now. You know, everybody's going to be 50 and able to play the seniors event. So sad times.
I mean, aren't people largely like aren't their brains largely functioning worse as they get older? Like like I know Grinder just like won the World Series of Poker or the main event and stuff, but like largely aren't like 21-year-olds still the best poker players because they're putting in the most amount of time with the solvers and everything.
And they don't have little fucking kids up their ass all the time. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse on here or not, but
you can curse away, brother. You have at it, man. You are freed from the shackles of corporate restraint that KB and Wiggins put on you, man. You can get out of here.
I didn't know if there were YouTube restrictions. I know the YouTube stuff is
it's kind of up in the air right now. I've always cursed on here. I don't know if that does anything for me in the algorithm or not. I have noticed that a lot of I actually noticed this watching some golf YouTube stuff is that, I mean, those channels are huge, right? They bleep and blur all the curse words, which I think is interesting. There's got to be some algorithmic reason for doing that.
Oh, definitely. I bet it doesn't show it to as many people if you curse. But regardless, yes, a lot of this stuff is young man's game, man. I mean, I was, you know, when I was in my 20s, I had nothing to do but try to get better at this stuff, you know, and then life happens. So yeah, it's not just the brain decline; it's also like the priority decline. I feel like.
I can't imagine how many fewer best ball teams I'm going to draft next year versus this year. Like that number is going to be, it's going to be like 3,000 to like 300. It's like true. It's going to be insane. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I've heard you can get some teams in like being up late with the baby. Yeah. But I don't know. We're going to figure it out, man. What do you want to draft, dude? You want to draft a BBM? You want to draft something on DK? What do you want to do?
Oh,
we could do whatever you want.
So I've lately, what have I been in? I mean, just from like a contest selection standpoint, I don't know if people care, but like I'm trying somewhat to hold off on some of the stuff I don't think is going to fill until late. And so, you know, like if you think your edge is better in like processing preseason information, I feel like waiting is better. So I'm just having trouble waiting. Like I'm in the 555 on DraftKings a bunch right now.
Yeah.
Just because like that one, God, I mean, it's already almost a third failed. The ones that I don't do is like the $100 3 max on DraftKings, the 250 single entry, like those are going to fail super late. And so
super late.
I wouldn't recommend doing those. Yeah. On Underdog, I wish Underdog would release stuff like more mid stakes, like that's 75 2 max or whatever it was. And the 101, it fills in like 24 hours.
You can't. So it runs into a really interesting thing where their total number, because we saw this because the Greyhound was single entry and it was open forever. So that gives you a pretty good idea of how many people on the platform are willing to draft things that cost more than $25. And it's a really dedicated number of people, but in the global span of trying to fill a contest, it's not that many people. So I think they are a little leery of tossing out like a $100 5 entry max, but make it 20,000 people. Like I think they would be a little bit concerned about that impacting the
That's
BBM.
Okay. Make it smaller. Make it smaller. I mean, right now, if you guys are listening, right now, there's nothing between 25 and 500. You know, I'm not that into the lottos. And like, I don't want to completely blow my load on the 500s before it gets too late. And so, yeah, there's like nothing between 25 and 500. I'm doing
my first big dog with Herzig tomorrow.
Nice.
I haven't done one. I haven't done one yet. I mean, it's a cool contest.
They
don't have a Mastiff open either, which normally they have a 1K that runs. I love when they do these, when they do like a $50 like a $50 20 max. Wouldn't that be a beautiful contest? I don't think they would ever do it.
Yeah.
But I would
like,
I would
well,
really
there's
like
the one that I have been in a little bit is the 59 on DK,
on DK,
which is already like 40% full or something like that. So I don't think that one's that bad. to play, but it's difficult advance because it's only a 22-person final. It's 2 out of 12, 2 out of 12, 1 out of 12, and then 22-person final. So I don't love that structure. I'd rather it be a bigger final and more teams advance out of round 2 and round 3. But that's one where if I'm like, I don't want to play a lotto and yeah, I want like mid stakes or whatever. I'll get in the 59, but I don't care, man. The BBM will be way shorter if you want to do that. I mean, it's
all right.
Up to you.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get Adam on his way. I can go upstairs and eat a bowl of chicken and rice before I go and do
There you go.
chip chasing. You know, we got to do it. And this one will snap Phil. Now, guys, I literally actually never ask you to do this, but there are legitimately 450 of you watching and there's 168 likes. Come on, man. Come on, dude. It's preposterous, bro. It's insane. All right, we got the 1-3. Has this been a source of argument between Leone and Silva yet? Bijan, Barkley, Jefferson. I could assume that Evan actually, shout out to Evan. One of his greatest opinions of all time is just saying, put your dick on the table and take Jahmyr Gibbs 101.
Right. Yeah, I actually think on underdog, like I go running back at 3 every time on underdog. On DraftKings, I have more of a mixed strategy, lean towards wide receiver at 3. But on underdog, I take either Bijan or Saquon every time at 3. Yeah, I just think the scoring format is just so much more conducive to those guys, especially Barkley.
So I agree. It's way more conducive for running backs. The issue is, particularly now that Rashi got nuked from the universe, Bijan or Barkley, I don't care.
I prefer Barkley, but in half PPR, but yeah.
Say less, Adam. The issue is, now that Rice has been nuked, is that this pick 22.
Yep.
A lot of the time you're sitting there and you're going, shit, dude, I got to take Jonathan Taylor now, which is like, I mean, fine, you get to take Jonathan Taylor, but then you're just behind. At wide receiver.
And like getting behind the wide receiver, like, depends how the room goes. But if like these really like rookie hungry wide receiver hungry freaks like that the ship chasing produces, you can get some like insane 4 running back rooms, you know. And like, I really don't think it's bad to have four running backs with a bunch of draft capital and then 9 wide receivers, even in an 18-round draft, or 4 and 8 or something like that. Even in just an 18-round draft, I think it's totally fine.
No, honestly, I think I would take it even a step further than that. And I would say, don't give the freaks the satisfaction of taking Darius Slayton as your wide receiver 8. Just do your normal distributions. Understand that half PPR contests are going to be won by the best running back in the flex teams, and still take 5 running backs. Still, like, get do whatever. It's just so unlikely to me that the correct construction, that we look back and we go, you know what we should have spent all summer doing? Drafting 10 wide receiver teams on a half PPR site, drafting 9 wide. It's just, it feels like no way. It feels like a way better way. That feels like too little too late.
Yeah.
Like just accept it.
Well, but
win
yeah.
the flex.
Yeah, that's fine. It also, like, you don't have to take Darius Slayton. There's like other wide receivers we can get to late that I think have maybe a bit more ceiling outcomes. But like, also, I don't know what you think about Devontae Adams. We're up to 28 on underdog on Devontae Adams right now, and we're also up to 31 on Worthy, which, like, I don't know what the ADP is 42. We're up to 31 on Worthy on underdog specifically. We're further behind on DraftKings, I think, in the early 40s. But yeah, so like there's some like reaches that you can make ahead of ADP if you wanted to, that I don't think are necessarily bad. You don't have to take Jonathan Taylor if you don't want to. We're also up to 29 overall on Amari and Hampton right now, which might be relevant to us picking at 27.
The spreadsheet socialists have never known more ball than that sense. I'm aligned with all of those. I'm ahead on Adams, I'm ahead on Worthy, and I'm way ahead on Hampton. I'm truly profoundly impressed with the business. Oh damn, Bowers at 22 would have been absolutely nuts. All right, we're up. Reek, Higgins, Jacobs, McBride, whatever.
Yeah, we have Reek pretty cleanly ahead, 20th overall for us.
All your entries are going to lose anyway. So it makes a lot of sense to just try and embrace. And I mean, again, this is kind of deep fantasy football lore. You have a long history with fading the Ty Freak. Adam was one of the original rookie year Tyreek Hill haters. People probably don't even know that.
There was a time that people don't realize that this goes back to where Tyreek Hill was, I'm not exaggerating, averaging like 4 something targets per game and was like 7K on DraftKings, and he was just shoving it down my throat.
He was
week.
killing you, and
yes.
he was killing you every week.
Yes.
Tyreek Hill as a rookie scored 9 touchdowns on 85 touches.
Yeah, I mean Hampton going 25 here, like that's aggressive for me, but like ahead of Jonathan Taylor and stuff.
Oh
but
well, this
I
dude he's watching and he's like, if they just said they like Adams and Hampton, so I'm gonna jam. Which more power to you. All right, we're up. I mean, I think McBride is the pick here, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I usually probably take Chase Brown or McBride. I take more elite tight end on DraftKings. I think the volume separates them more, whereas it's so touchdown heavy. But I like Trey McBride a lot. Either one of those is fine by me.
We'll go Chase Brown. I mean, Trey McBride going back to his senior year in high school. So the last 8 years of his life, played 4 years at Colorado State, 3 years in the NFL, 1 year. So the last 8 years, he scored 17 touchdowns.
Yeah. Isn't
that crazy?
I mean, and they were like trying to get it to him last year and he still couldn't. Like it was like they tried for so long.
I want to say he maybe even led tight ends and targets inside the 5-yard line or something because they gave him. I'm gonna run that search real quick because it's pretty funny.
They were doing like shovel passes to him just to try to get him one, and it's still they couldn't get it done. Yeah, this guy with the Bowers McBride start, like, man,
what are you doing, bro? What are you hoping for, man?
Yeah, that's tough sell for me.
I mean, it just like actually doesn't work, dude. Like you finding the 1 week that both those dudes score 24.
Yeah.
Some running back, you don't like Taj Brooks just easily beat Trey McBride's best game of the season.
Yeah.
Sad.
Yeah.
What are some of the things you guys are really honing in on for training camp stuff? Like how, like, cause that's a tough thing to do. Like how much are you tweaking stuff? Cause the market is going to change a ton in the next 3 weeks. And this is like your raison d'etre, Adam. You are like the news hound, bro. You kind of invented hounding news.
Yeah, well, I used to work for $8 an hour for Roto World. That was a full-time job to hound news. You know, I think the market has gotten smarter where like X guy's having a great camp or he's made another play today. Like that stuff doesn't move the needle that much. I find myself personally like getting too engrossed in he was running with the first team, he was running with the second team. Like I don't want to end up with like fucking 80% Dante Thornton because he's running with the first team. You know what I mean? Like I know it doesn't matter that much. He might not even earn targets from the X role for the Raiders anyways, even if he does have this really solid role. And so I think like understanding which coaches, like Andy Reid giving Jalen Royals first team reps means nothing. He gives everyone first team reps. Like,
I was just talking about that with Kerrane. Yeah. Like no coach loves to give first team reps more than Andy Reid.
Right. Yeah. So I think understanding spots like that, you know, the injury stuff on the fields, like I think there's some edge for me in slow drafts and like doing drafts right after injury news like this breaks. I mean, people right after the Rashee Rice news broke, people were still taking Rashee Rice in the 30s. And like, we have him pretty far down now while we wait for this suspension. Let me see where we have him. Yeah, we're at 55 overall on Rashee Rice, and his ADP on Underdog is still 33.5.
Yes. If you did 25 drafts the day that it was announced that Rashee Rice was going to take that plea deal, you would have gotten like that is gonna change your advance rate in and of itself because so many teams just drafted him as if he was there. All right, we're up. We probably need a wide receiver. I would maybe actually be convinced on Daniels. We're about to pick at 46. And
oh my God, that's such late. Yes. Oh,
okay, there we go. He went. Yeah. One of these wide receivers. I would probably take JMO, but I don't really care.
My favorite in this format would be JMO. Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Again, because I mean, you want to talk about another dude who's going to score 9 touchdowns on 85 touches. I mean, you could just go ahead and look Jameson Williams up in a dictionary there.
Yeah. I mean, Dan Campbell and these guys give no fucks. They're like, you know who's got a big year? Jameson Williams. And they're like, okay, let's actually go out and get him a big year. You know what I mean? It's like they don't
100%.
care.
No, they don't care. They like, and I don't know, what is the ETR level of concern with Ben Johnson gone? Do you guys care at all?
Yeah, I think it matters for sure. We've docked their efficiency a little bit and their play count. So yeah.
Do you okay? Well, let's make this pick here real quick. We got to take a wide receiver. What's the man?
We have Sutton 46, Devonta 47, Flowers 48, Metcalf 49, Waddle 50.
All right, those dudes all went. It'd be Flowers, I guess. What are we at for stacks? I'm gonna take Hunter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Is it? What's the stance on Hunter over there?
I mean, we're lower than him, but the range back comes so wide, and we have him 54. We're rated 54, so we have him behind Ridley, behind Waddle, behind Metcalf, behind Flowers, behind Devonta. I usually take Waddle there for the Tua stuff, but I don't know how you feel about doubles in DBM.
I don't want. I mean, doubles in general are fine. I don't want Reek and Waddle together because the way that Reek accumulates his statistics tends to kill other wide receivers on his team. Even Kelsey, you can go back and look at some of Reek's biggest games, and they were not big Kelsey games because he eliminates the possession. You know, like when you score a 79-yard touchdown, it's quite bad for another guy who needs the ball. Now, what's funny is Tyreek actually has great correlations with his running backs because of the way he impacts games. He sets it up. So I don't do a ton of Tua Waddle.
I mean, I think it's dangerous to be like too narrow in the way that you think about points are scored. I hear you generally. I agree. I think
of course you're
there's
right.
some outcomes where like Reek gets like 10 screen passes and they like march down the field. Like if they use Reek like they used Jonnu last year, it was like, oh, let's throw him another screen. Let's throw him another hitch, you know? And so I could see it still hitting, but the doubles in the mega large field stuff in general, I think are okay. But just like in DFS, if I'm playing like the Millie Maker in DraftKings DFS, I'm more likely to play singles and try to get like perfect stuff across the board. Because that's what you're going to, I mean, that's going to be almost what you need in this also.
Yeah, 100%. Are you gonna, or do you max all the lottos, or do you just not care? You're only doing, you're only maxing like the 555 and stuff.
So I would never max the 555. How rich do you think I am? I had 20 entries in the 555.
I don't know, man. People love to dunk it off to Adam Levitan and cash games on DraftKings.com. You never know.
That's true. I had 20 in the 555 last year. I probably somewhere between 20 and 30 this year, I would say. But yeah, the lottos, like sometimes I'll just fire up like 4 at once and use the solver tool to like help me. But that's the extent that I go on the lottos. I probably won't be in there that much.
How are you enjoying using the solver tool? Do you like it?
My favorite way to draft is just like literally in my bed after everybody's asleep, and I'm like smoke, relax in bed, and like actually like lock in and draft a team. Like that's my favorite. I think I draft better teams without the tool, but the tool helps me like not miss stuff like a week 17 correlation somewhere or some like backdoor stack or something. But yeah, I think it's more important for volume. You know, if you're doing a lot of drafts at once or have a lot of slows, that's to me when it's the most valuable.
That's what it's super useful if you're a super sweaty nerd who's trying to get 1,000 teams in. It's pretty good to do that. Like, you know, I do these big long streams and you know, I'm on the clock in 200 slow drafts and I can go and I can go and knock out 50 picks before the stream starts so that I know I'm not going to get auto picked and I don't have to sit here and worry about it. All right. We are up in one pick. We've got Barkley, Chase Brown, Tyreek Hill, Jameson Williams, Travis Hunter, Addison and Godwin, 2 of the mega fallers when Leone does his Market Monday graphic.
We're down to 70th on Addison, and we've taken a bit out of Godwin also. We're down to 79 on Godwin.
You want to take
I would
Myers, Pearsall, Pacheco?
I would either take Addison, Montgomery, Myers. Yeah, one of those 3.
Oh, shit. I have no idea. Okay, we took Myers. I had no
Yeah.
idea who we were about to take there. This part of the board, honestly, like pick 70 through like pick 85 has kind of just been all jumbled up by 49ers weirdness. Diggs is coming up. Pacheco is way up the board. Like this is all
we're
spot.
at 66 overall on Jacoby. What did we just take him at? I didn't even see.
70.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
All right, we're about to pick at 75.
Yeah, so if you believe the anti-Godwin stuff, we have Egbuka up to 85 overall. Pearsall we have 76, Reed 77, Golden 78.
You know what, dude? Let's live a little. Let's take let's take Golden.
Okay.
I'm a big Golden guy. I think I mean it's now like everyone actually knows this now, but it's like, dude, rookies are always overdrafted relative to their median projections. But Golden, if you look at everyone's median projections on him, he's actually being drafted below. Like, that's not even an original point anymore. I mean, it doesn't make him a bad pick, but Golden is like the one rookie wide receiver you got to be taking.
I think the narrative is that no one in Green Bay is capable of consolidating target share, right? Like no one's going to be over 16%. And it's really hard to spike if no one ever gets over 16%. My counter would be, I think the Packers are going to throw a lot more this year. Like they were so run heavy last year.
31st in PROE.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're absolutely right about that. And it was like a weird circumstance of things. Like not only did Jordan Love get hurt and probably never really fully recovered from that MCL sprain, they started their season in Brazil. They also, it's kind of hard when you have crazy Hayden, I wasn't impersonating you. I was impersonating the guy who reads your tweet and thinks to himself, you know what? Hayden's right. They also were super successful with that run heavy game plan. That's the thing on top of it, is that when you're an NFL coach and you win a game like that, what are you going to do? You're going to be like, you know what I need to do? Air it out.
Of course.
Air it out.
Buddy, I'm coaching all my kids' teams now. You know what we do?
Dive
working?
Left, dive right.
We stick with what's working, period. That's it.
Yes.
We're not reinventing the wheel.
Football is a simple game. And yes, Hayden, you absolutely are right. Matthew Golden, if you made me pick one guy right now on the board who just most obviously is the correct pick to take him often, it's Golden. Might not work out. Golden might stink. You know, Golden might be carrying Dontavian Wicks' jockstrap. But just if you are looking at all the contextual factors, Golden, I think, is a really obviously strong pick. I mean, look, if we've even got Leone ahead of market on a rookie wide receiver who had poor or shaky college production, you gotta do it. All right.
One thing about the worthy stuff also, like I end up with so much worthy Mahomes, especially on underdog where he goes here and it's so touchdown heavy. Like I expect that TD rate to really spike for Mahomes. But anyways,
yes. All right. I agree with you. We're about to be back up. We ran the bad range at running back, so we're kind of dead here.
Yeah.
I don't really
That's
really
okay.
know
I'm fine. I can skip running back. That's totally fine.
Do you want to take a quarterback? Do you want to take Kyler? I don't even know. Tight end, Kelsey?
Is Hawkinson gone?
Yeah, dude, we're dust. I'm just taking Jalen Warren because I don't really know what to do. No, like, God. What do you do? What do you do at this pick? It's like we don't have a stack.
I'm not on the sticks. I can't see anything. Maybe Kyler. I couldn't really see.
By ADP right now, it's like we could take a 6 wide receiver. We could take Higgins, but it's Judkins, Cup, Kyler, Etienne, Kelsey, Nix, Coleman, Purdy, Tracy, Trey Harris. I mean, maybe Trey Harris or Jaden Higgins, honestly.
Oh, Jaden Higgins just went.
It would be fine, but we're about to pick at 99. I actually would be fine with Trey Harris here or Kelsey. I don't know. If we want to lock Goff up with JMO, we could take him here, but it doesn't really feel like you need to do that.
Trey Harris and open up the Herbert stack, I think is fine. I would have been fine with Kelsey too.
I would have been, Kelsey would have been fine. I something about taking Kelsey when Mahomes is off the board is always a little bit, it's like tilting. Like what's Kelsey's upside without bringing Mahomes with him?
Yeah.
But
I do typically like to spend more draft capital on underdog specifically at quarterback position, but what we're setting up here is like back really good. We could have 3 really good stacks if we can somehow get Goff, Lawrence and Herbert or Love and Tua. So like five opportunities for quarterback stacks. I getting 3 of them I think is pretty nice.
All right, give me your Dylan Sampson thesis.
Did he just pay $10 to ask this question?
He did.
How rich?
There are 400. There are 420 people watching. I can't keep up with what everyone says. So my man wanted the question asked. I think this is insane. Brian Westbrook is a Eagles great. Dylan Sampson was not that good in college. He really wasn't.
Well, let me say this: $10 to ask one question. Our entire draft kit, our entire best ball product is $50. Tom C's asking questions for $10. My God. Anyways, yeah, I'm not a prospect, bro, man. I'll say this: Renner loved the tape on Dylan Sampson. I know that like the underlying stuff isn't as strong on him. I just think from an environment perspective, like it's gonna be hard for Dylan Sampson. You know,
Renner did really like him. I forgot about that.
He had him like top 3 running back in the class, like ahead of Judkins or something like that. I don't remember exactly. But yeah, I understand what you're saying about his play style. Brian Westbrook was also playing on a really good team, and like so much running back production is going to come down to that. I'm okay with Dylan Sampson, especially where he's lagging behind in ADP with the Judkins news. But I don't know, Tom C. You're gonna have to ask a prospect, bro, about that more than me. I'm here to win money, not to evaluate guys' hip swivel and stuff like that.
Adam is here to just root for his laundry, man. One thing I know about Adam is that dude, he loves the 76ers. He loves the Philadelphia Eagles. Huge Penguins or Flyers guy.
Yeah.
It's one thing. It's one thing I know.
I mean, the people like really hate this take, but like there is a big difference between trying to win gambling and trying to like know everything about football. And people do not like when I tell them I'm not that into football, I'm here to gamble, but that's really the truth.
We asked a question the other day in this Swolecast, and people we said we would not watch games again for like I said like a really low amount of money. I said like, do you pay me $20,000? I don't even know what sports are anymore. Like I would never watch them again. And people were they did not.
No, they don't like that take.
No,
they do not like that take.
We're about to get. Doesn't add to. I mean, actually, think we have to take Goff.
Yeah.
Do we
Goff
do that?
and then Goff and then either Njoku or Warren? That'd be great.
Yeah, I was about to say maybe we just try and get the ADP value, but I probably would have said Ingram there.
Oh, was Evan Ingram still available?
He was he went one pick.
Oh, he went one pick before. Yeah.
I was going to say we have to do the ADP value. But...
Oh yeah, I didn't look at the quarterback, so maybe we should have taken tight end first and then quarterback. I didn't really see, but
yeah,
we can get Tyler Warren. Shout out Penn State unless this guy takes him, right?
He shouldn't. Yeah, actually, you know what? This is actually a football question. You might be somewhat interested in answering, which is that. Yeah, we are going to take Tyler Warren. Yeah, we'll figure it out at quarterback. We're gonna figure it out live at quarterback. We have a bigger positional need for Tyler Warren. Why was Tyler Warren 5 years at Penn State backing up Pat Freiermuth, Brenton Strange, and Theo Johnson?
Great question.
If he really is that good, why was he? There was a year where they were all the same age because Tyler Warren was there for 5 years. He was the same age as Theo Johnson and Brenton Strange, and Tyler Warren was the third tight end.
Yeah.
So please explain.
Great question. I think a lot of people around Penn State would tell you that James Franklin is incompetent. You know, I don't know that James Franklin is making those decisions himself, but yeah, I think a lot of people think that James Franklin gets the best players and then does not know how to use them and what to do once they get to Penn State. But yeah, it's not a great sign for sure. But man, this guy was so freakish last year. Like it was crazy. He was the entire team.
Yeah, no,
and all these guys, and to Soup's point,
he was
Soup's point. All these guys made the NFL. It's not like they were like, you know,
they were not bums,
right?
Yes, yeah, not bums. Not like Rico Dowdle's South Carolina backfield mate, Tavion Feaster, now being a regional manager of a Coca-Cola distribution plant, in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I am skeptical, about Tyler Warren. I draft a ton of him, but I am skeptical just because a lot of guys absolutely
Yeah.
crush at
So you
22
take
years
Tucker
old.
Kraft over Warren?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I'm doing that thing where I aggressively draft the rookie, but say I could be wrong. Yeah, classic hedging there. What about give the people a little something on Keandre Lambert-Smith, who transferred to Auburn and then had the best season of his career?
I think I don't know anything about him personally, but I think he's in the mix to have some role as the X receiver. Like they clearly drafted to try to fill that, and they signed Big Mike Williams, Trey Harris, Lambert-Smith. Like they all seem like the same kind of problem they were trying to solve, which was some type of boundary contested catch deep down the field, wide receiver. So with Big Mike out, I assume he's gonna have a chance. But I actually take QJ like shots a little bit here late in the hopes he can just be
I
like
like
into wide receiver
taking
sets.
I like taking QJ. I know that some Penn State fans hate Keandre Lambert-Smith because he transferred.
Oh, see, I don't even know
Yeah.
that. I'm not that big a fan.
I thought you were like kind of a big Penn State guy. Like you like that, like Godwin and stuff. Like you love maybe again, it's like one of those things like you got a little bit older and you care less.
Yeah.
But you
When
were
I
a bigger
when I
Penn
was
State
there,
guy.
they had the
Yeah.
worst 4-year span in Penn State by record, the worst 4-year span in Penn State football history, 2000 to 2004. So
They have
is Tua still available? We have to do that, right?
you gotta do it. Yeah, gotta do it.
As long as
I mean,
the guys around us don't have 3 QBs, right?
1 Q, 2 Q, both are 2 QB teams.
Yeah, I think we got to
us.
take Tua.
I think we got to take him just because they're something I've been realizing recently is there basically is no 2v2 combo once you get past like round 10 or round 11 where you're happy to have gotten the skill position player more. You know what I'm saying? Like
Also, by taking Tyler Warren, if you don't want to like do a backdoor with Geno or something like that, you can take A-Rich, but
you a Richardson guy or Daniel Jones guy?
I think it'll be Dan Jones for most of the year, but Richardson starting as like really low owned in like the BBM finals would not shock me at all.
And also it's like we play to win the game, brother. You're gonna play to win with Anthony Richardson. All right, we've got 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 1 tight end. I think we should probably take a running back here. I'm big on Guerendo. What's the ETR branding there?
I think among the 1 injury away running backs, he's good just because of what's his name's history, because Christian McCaffrey's history. So I get it from that perspective. If you wanted like more pure standalone, I think Rachaad White or Jaden Blue would have more pure standalone.
If we need standalone value when we have Barkley and Chase Brown, we're already dead. Yeah. We've shown up to a gunfight with Rachaad White and we're gonna lose. So I think that is what you got to do there.
Yeah, I like Trey Benson. I just think like if you're betting on an injury, and James Conner is certainly likely to get hurt also, but like if CMC actually gets hurt, we've already seen Guerendo turbo smash. It's like I don't know that the environment is as good for Benson as it is for Guerendo, who's in the 1 injury away stuff.
No, Guerendo is like in the Tyler Algier area of being like just like a true league winner were something to happen to the
and I really like Algier too, just because we know what's going to happen if the starter gets hurt. Algier's going to fucking turbo smash.
Here's a good one, guys. Do we think that Levitan can name the 3rd running back of the Atlanta Falcons? Do you know the 3rd running back on the depth chart for the Atlanta Falcons?
The guy with like a girl's first name, like Avery or something like that.
That would have been the right answer for like the 2021 Falcons. Avery Williams. He was a really good kick returner. I'll give you guys this one for free. Carlos Washington Jr. I know that because I actually took him a little bit last year. Now, do you still play hard on the preseason DFS because Alex and Sean grind it so hard?
No, but I wish. It was so fun. It's just a lot of work, but the reward is certainly there.
You know what? It's a lot of work, but I mean, you know this, like the reward now is in the tournaments. Like you're not going to have you're not going to get down a good edge in a 1K 3-man in
Yeah.
preseason NFL.
It used to be fun. Like even back in the day, like the only people playing high stakes was like a Raven. Was
Raven
playing.
52, man.
Yeah. So we had some really good battles with him in the preseason stuff. It was fun. He was good. You know, it wasn't like it was like super soft action. It was fun to try to find just information based stuff more than anything.
Yes.
But Sean and Alex come with the actual college football guy takes to the preseason, which I think is pretty valuable actually.
Yeah. Yeah. Sean and Alex are really good at that. Shout out to the ETR preseason NFL package and the college football. They're just really the niche sport package in general.
We have Tua.
Right.
You could take Jalen Wright if you wanted.
I love it. I mean, I don't think Jalen Wright is any good at all, but they don't pay me to think.
I think I was reading something about Dolphins too, where Madison is on the outside looking in, but you know, that just means Ollie Gordon's going to be on the team. But yeah.
And Ollie Gordon was the best running back in college football in 2023. Don't think I forgot, because I haven't. I don't know what happened to him in the intervening time in 2024 to make him like truly one of the most average running backs. I really don't know what happened, but it is insane.
Yeah,
and he's a big boy.
There's a lot of Braylon Allen hype. I think that's a pretty good pick. Like I saw some stuff Isaiah Davis, you know, is going to be way behind. I don't know how much to believe that, but I do think Braylon is a pretty interesting pick.
You got a list. You got wide receivers you like here.
Oh God,
it's real bad.
I think we probably have Besh ahead, but we keep just docking. I might take McMillan here just on the chance that like Godwin is just toast. But
and week 17 got the week 17 correlation.
Yes.
We have Dolphins stuff.
Yeah, we just made moves. We made a bunch of moves on the Godwin stuff. Maybe we're panicking too much. We're up to 143 actually now on McMillan. And
143?
That was just on the Godwin stuff. Now, if Godwin comes back and looks good, it's going to change a lot. But we're starting to get a little worried on the Godwin stuff.
Yeah. I'm not worried enough about Godwin to move McMillan to 143. That would be a high. I mean, that's a 2-round bump on him.
We have him like around Thielen, Kyle Williams, Mims, Tillman, like that tier. Leggett.
I mean, honestly, that's when you say it like that, it sounds much more reasonable. Actually.
Yeah, I mean, all these guys are thin bets. We actually have Dobbs the highest, but yeah, we have Dobbs at 127. That's definitely like just
Dobbs is such a spreadsheet socialist play.
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna get you usable weeks, like for sure.
McMillan, I guess the issue is I just did not think that his production last year was the sort of production that is likely to be sustainable year over year. I think it was real Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, he wasn't that good. I agree.
Style stuff. Yeah.
Agreed. He wasn't that good.
Yeah. Which is like, I think probably a big reason why they drafted Emeka Egbuka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I also think they think both Evans and Godwin are like, you know,
are cooked or about to be cooked.
Within a year or two are going to be off the team or retired or whatever.
Yeah. All right. Do we want to take a third quarterback on this team? We only have Goff and Tua.
I usually do, but it depends who's there. I'm not going to force it. You can do like backdoor, like Shuck, Juwan Johnson and stuff like that.
Oh, dude, don't even start talking to me about Tyler Shuck, man. It's just so obvious that like for like 3 weeks of the season, everyone is gonna be like, I can't believe you idiots. We're not drafting Tyler Shuck. Don't you know they play in a dome? Don't you know Kellen Moore is a great offensive coordinator? I've never seen something more obvious than that happening. Like just straight up.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I do think Juwan Johnson in the last round is fine.
He's fast. He has a 9.7 RAS, and me and Tyler Shuck both have golden retrievers named Murphy.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
But I do think that if I was going to make the A-Rich pick, like, you know, this would be the kind of team I would probably do it on. But
we can't do it because he just.
Oh, okay.
I was about to take him, but we're going to take Shuck instead. We're going to take Shuck, and then we're going to take Juwan Johnson as our second tight end, and we might take a third one, but we're going to let the 18th round just be, you know, whatever the most amount of ball knowing Levitan can possibly know.
Yeah.
You know, Levitan's been watching film. Levitan actually, like, you guys kind of don't know this, but behind the scenes at ETR, you know, they kind of do some consulting for NFL teams, and Levitan has just been deep in the trenches with Brandon Thorne, doing offensive line tape, you know, so that's big for him.
I'm checking out their stance, their get off, all that, their hip swivel, all that. I do take,
bro.
The one thing about playing on DraftKings that I do like is rounds 19 and 20. Like, I feel like it's
For sure
fun to have
it
those
is
options.
It because oh, dude, did Juwan Johnson go? Dude, he went. All right, you got to give me a shitter tight end here.
I take Arroyo here for sure, but
yeah, dude, that Arroyo is
But now we have naked Shuck. You could take like Devin Neal.
He no, naked Shuck is fine. He runs a little bit. How would we even know? He had like 600 dropbacks in college. We don't even know what Tyler Shuck is. No one knows, man. No one knows. Tyler Shuck is, how about this? Every time you take Tyler Shuck, you can tell yourself this. He's literally in the prime. He's in his athletic prime. He's 26 years old. This is the most athletic that Tyler Shuck is ever going to be, bro.
Dude, a lot of this stuff, and I'm no tape bro, but a lot of the stuff that people talk shit about on Shuck is the same stuff they said about Bo Nix. He's old. He's been in the league forever. Bo Nix ran for fucking 50 touchdowns in college.
Buddy,
you know?
I didn't get shit right in fantasy football last year, but I did at least know that Bo Nix was going to be good. I at least realized that he was going to be pretty good. Yeah, he was actually how about this, buddy? He was Justin Herbert's backup. You like that? How about he was college roommates with Juwan Johnson, his tight end now, and Juwan Johnson's on his second NFL contract. How about that? Like, I got these all day with Tyler Shuck. Tyler Shuck is oh damn, I'm gonna forget. There's one quarterback that's really funny that he's older than, and now I can't remember the one, but it's like him and Lamar are the same age, I think.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Yeah.
The oldest rookie of the year. That's good. Yeah.
That's a good bit. He might be the oldest, and he could totally win rookie of the year. Look, I'm rooting for Tyler Shuck at this point. Combination of DraftKings and underdog dollars added up, he might end up being my most like wagered upon player of the year, because no one wants him on DraftKings, and DraftKings is 20 rounds.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I also take a lot of Olave and Shaheed also. So like that's just how I end up with Shuck.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Juwan
yes,
too.
Shaheed is an awesome pick. All right, Adam.
What do we have? 3-5-7-2.
3-5-7-2 with Warren and Arroyo. Frankly, we actually have to take a tight end. I was gonna say open it up to whatever, but Warren and Arroyo is not enough at tight end, I don't think.
Yeah. I believe we definitely have Freiermuth highest in the ranks. That doesn't mean that that's the best pick though, just based on range of outcomes and kind of what we need.
I was gonna say Higbee might be good.
Yeah,
for this team.
We have Higbee definitely among the higher ones. Let me see.
One thing I know about Leone, there's no way he's letting you guys get away with Terrence Ferguson over Tyler Higbee in the ranks.
We have Higbee 206, Ferguson 238, Waller 237, Fannin 234, Theo Johnson 214.
We already got our slappy pick out of the way with Elijah Arroyo. I think we do. I think we do Higbee.
And we have Freiermuth 192. You know, the thing about Freiermuth is like they're both going to be on the field a lot, but and I do think Freiermuth was like put on earth to score touchdowns and not do much else. But
wait, you know what? Freiermuth was the adult pick to make there. I don't even think it was a good.
Well, then it should have been Rodgers. It should have been Rodgers. Freiermuth
should have been Rodgers instead of Shuck. Well, you know, we didn't know in the end. All right, boys. Final team: Jared Goff, Tua Tagovailoa, Tyler Shuck, Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown, Jalen Warren, Isaac Guerendo, Jalen Wright, Tyreek Hill, Jamison Williams, Travis Hunter, Jacoby Myers, Matthew Golden, Trey Harris, Jalen McMillan, Tyler Warren, Elijah Arroyo, Pat Freiermuth.
Not bad.
Not bad. Look forward to sending you a wire for $1 million after tax. Everyone, make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Head on over to ETR.